And it says we're live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing to everyone involved in this live stream's channel and every channel you are a fan of, and etc., etc. I'm Kyle from No Hype Beer Reviews, and although it says it on the screen, I'll let these fine young men introduce themselves.
I'm Keith from 93 Lumber.
And I'm Sean from Nerdsense.
And this is Nerdsense.
And this is Nerdsense. Cue the intro.
So, we decided to start right at the time, although everyone who's potentially going to be in here isn't here yet. And long story short, we're just hanging out. And we'll probably do a little battle mystery beer. Sean, do you want to explain how we came to be in possession of these mystery beers?
So we were in a group chat, and Matt decided to, or he made a joke about, like, wouldn't it be funny if somebody just sent labelless beers and then just never told you what they were? And this was like 2 days before I was going to send out a bunch of Black is Beautiful beers around to these guys. And I was packing them up, and I was like, I'm definitely going to send mystery beers. So I'm like wrapping the mystery beers up, and I had like 2 wrapped. I think I sent 3 each. Right, Kyle?
Yes.
And I got like down to 2, and I was like, on the thirds, I was just like, I'm going to rip the label off. I'm just like, fuck it. And I ripped the label off, and I just shipped them. So I'm like, we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe I won't tell them what's but I think what we're going to do is, if we have a good amount of viewers, maybe we'll tell Matt and Kyle to kind of cover their ears, take their headphones out or mute, play the honor system. I'll tell everyone what they are. I actually honestly forget. I have to look on my phone. Actually, I remember what Matt's is, but I forget what yours. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I do. Now I have it.
Okay, I was going to say, if I remember correctly, you had sent Mike a message like, here's what I sent Matt.
Yeah.
And Mike's like, yeah, but that's not the same one that you sent Kyle. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not smart. I didn't think that far ahead. That's how like impromptu this was.
We got to do the what's everyone drinking. So Keith, what did you decide to go with or start with?
I am starting with Peak Organic Brewing.
Nice. Ooh, I haven't had a Peak in a while.
It's their happy hour. It's a crushable Pilsner. This came in a 6-pack, and it was like $12.
Okay.
It was
worth it.
It's awesome. I was expecting to pay like $15 or $16, and it was like $12. So
nice.
Those are 16-ounce cans.
Yeah.
In a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's why it was so surprising. I was like, oh.
Mike is joining, but he's sideways. I don't know if he knows he's sideways. Let's see if he comes in.
Let's all
I
do
see it, but I don't know why that'd be the case.
Your gyrometer? No, is it gyrometer? Spectrometer?
Yeah,
No.
it should be fine. I all the chats I was just messing around with were all right.
Oh no, and then it just so it hasn't. Oh, there you are. You're good.
Hey, there he is.
Weird. Well, looks like I'm frozen.
Nope, you're good.
No, you're perfect, man. You look great. All right, so yeah, Keith,
Not a good Keith though.
All right, Mike. Keith.
What?
I mean, especially like organic ingredients and everything, like that's a really good price point. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sean, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Finback's version of Black is Beautiful. So it's an imperial stout with coffee, specifically Ecuador Santa Gertrudis coffee. I thought it had lactose or some type of hint of vanilla from the review, but I guess not.
Okay, I was just going to ask you, did your review? Cool.
Yeah.
Any idea when that'll be posted for the people?
I'll probably fast track this one just because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Get the message out there.
So
like just
until Matt gets on and we do the mystery beers, I am drinking a Sea Quench, my beer of summer choice.
What is the ABV on that?
I think 4.5. 4.9. 4.9. And like an idiot, I tipped it to look at it and spilled some beer out.
Yeah, I've done that.
That's a good prank if you're like someone's got like fries or something and they're wearing a watch. What time is it? And then you get them to dump their fries out.
I did that in the kitchen the other day with my daughter's like half full like water bottle. I was like, "Is this dishwasher safe?" I just went all for it. I was like, "Son of a-" I'm like,
That sucks. What are you drinking, Mike?
I'm drinking daily serving
Nice.
with mango and
Which
passion
one?
fruit.
Oh yeah, that one's the best.
Oh, what a great combination of fruits. Oh, man.
Yeah, Mike. Sorry I didn't save this one for you, but you would literally hate it. I said it in the review. It is like so much coffee.
So speaking of the Black is Beautiful beers, oh, sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Anymore.
What?
I said I don't get offended by any of this stuff. I don't. There's so much beer to drink. If I miss one, life's a bitch.
So speaking of Black is Beautiful beers, Keith sent a bunch. How many individual breweries, Black is Beautiful beers, have you had in your possession, Keith?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think you sent me 7, right? Mike, 6.
8. Yeah, 8. I'm probably missing 9.
Yeah, you have. So
there might be another one. No, I got those. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that might be it.
So you're at least hovering around double digits at this point. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because there's, yeah.
Metal Guy 1983. Hi guys, don't forget to like the video. Appreciate that. 1983. I assume that's the year you were born. That's a good year to be born.
that was my birth year.
That was mine too. Hey blokes, hi, cheers from down under. What's up, man? Flash, yeah, from Australia. Good dude. KPU, what's up, man? Always love watching other beer reviewers. Yeah, it's definitely cool. There's so many people who do it too. It's cool. What's up, guys? What's up, Mike? Good.
Hey,
Good, my man. So, Mike, you were Mike. That's in the video. You were able to join us, so you got out of work at a decent enough time. Apparently, that's good.
Yeah, I had a pretty rotten day through most of the day, and then things got good for 2 hours, and I was like, I'm leaving early as fuck today. This will be great. And then life turned to shit real fast.
Aww.
Real bad for like the last hour and a half, and I was like, God damn it! I was like, I'm gonna leave at 6. It's gonna be awesome. And then it was just the worst. God damn. I got home and I was so pissed off and frustrated. Like I actually had to apologize to my wife about I was like, I can't believe how much of an asshole I'm being right now. Not to her or anything, just in general. No, I wasn't being an asshole to her. Just in general, like I walked in and but the dog came to say hi. I was like, Bruce, get the fuck away from me, because I'm just, I don't know. Then I felt bad. I sat down with him. God damn, what a shit day.
is it going to make you feel worse if that sign I saw did mean that you guys have a water restriction?
No, because
like
I'm not gonna listen to it, so I don't care.
I googled it when I got home, and I was like, "Yeah, it is." So I went to go pick up that Spyglass Black is Beautiful kind of had like a sign that says like odd even numbers, like only certain days you can water. And I was like, Mike, you have a water restriction? He goes, I don't think so. And I googled, yeah. So Mike, you're only supposed to water your lawn. There's certain hours and certain days you can, depending if your house is an even number or not.
Cool. I did it today. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I did it the day before. Don't care. New Hampshire, live free or die, right?
Exactly. You should have no restrictions to anything.
If there's a bunch of dummies that walk around saying I don't have to get vaccinated, then I can say I'm not gonna fucking listen to people say I can't water my lawn.
Facts.
But I think, like you said, when you live in New Hampshire, you get to just say that, and then nothing happens to you. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a speeding ticket too. Like, oh, you're speeding. You're like, Live free or die, motherfucker.
Yeah, like, oh,
Look at my license plate.
I'll be on my way. Too funny, too funny. Did your hat say Bremerton on it?
Yes,
Were you stationed there?
I was not, but the ship I was on was called that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know there's a big naval base there.
I've been there. I've been able to go a few times, but it's a cool place to go. The base. I've been there. No big deal.
A band I like, MXPX, is from Bremerton, and they wrote at least one song about it, so I remember the name. But anyway, cool.
Yeah. No, the ship I was on, that was the name, but it was more out of Hawaii. That's where I spent most of my time.
Nice.
Very interesting stuff.
No, it's fun. Yeah. No, it's just I'm running on empty because like everything I had ready to talk about hasn't manifested itself yet. So it's like I had a lot of I don't even bring drama into it, but like I had questions ready, I had a lot of stuff ready, and here we are.
You
and
want to ask us the questions?
I can ask you guys the questions. Well, I asked Keith one of them already that I was going to ask someone else, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, what's it like being a black brewer in the United States? Oh, that's not applicable.
Well,
okay.
Wow, that got on real fast.
Yeah. So
There's only 3 black-owned breweries in New Jersey. I found that out the other day.
I forget how many there are in the United States. Period. I mean, it's not a lot.
Not a lot. No.
Yeah.
Is it in the hundreds or thousands?
I think it's. Is it double digits? I don't know if it cracks 100. I don't. That I really don't know.
Oh, is it really that low?
I think it's.
Massachusetts has 5. I found an article that says of the 5 black-owned breweries.
Well, I know there's one in Massachusetts that got started with the Sam Adams grant, whatever they do for
Yeah, I remember
breweries.
that. It was actually two black women, right?
Oh, I was going to say that. You don't have to interrupt me, man.
I would just make it. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, geez.
No, but you're the one that sent me the article. I think it was. Yeah. In Massachusetts, there's a black-owned brewery. I don't know if it's 2 black women, like Sean said, but it's at least 1 black woman, and they do all low ABV beers. I really want to try them.
Yeah, me too.
Sounds awesome.
The reviews of the beers are really, really. They're well reviewed. So
I read an article about that actually.
I probably shouldn't be that surprised by New Jersey only having 3 because I think Pennsylvania only has 2 right now, but they haven't been established yet. Yeah. So the one Black is Beautiful. I sent 1 can to each of you. The 2 locals and the Chimney.
Okay.
The collab.
So I remember to save those for Mike and I when we're together. Yeah.
Two locals is a. I haven't actually looked up because they're out of Philadelphia and they're black owned, but they don't have a brewery yet. But then there's what is it? Harris family.
Yeah,
Harrisburg.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, I don't know if they're competing for like first black owned brewery or something. I'm not, because they kind of say they're both the first one, or I think there might be a slight difference. Like one's the first. I don't know, but basically, apparently those are like the 2 in Pennsylvania.
The Harris family, they're the ones who partnered with Trogs to do a Black is Beautiful beer.
Oh, yeah, really? They did a few of them. They did Trogs.
Oh,
they
really?
did what are some of the other breweries down around that way? What else is down that
Brooklyn
way?
Brewery in New York. They have a black head brewer, right?
Yeah, Garrett Oliver. Yeah.
Garrett Oliver. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's the owner too, right? Yeah.
Does he own it?
Yeah, he owns it.
Does he?
He might have part ownership, but he's not like he didn't start the company.
Oh, I thought he did for the weirdest.
No, they brought him
I
on.
guess the head brewer, brewmaster or something.
I didn't even realize he still brewed there. I thought he was like, he seemed like a.
Yes, he's so charismatic, right?
Oh, he's doing a lot. He just started a foundation to actually raise money it's the Michael Jackson Fund to, I think we might talk about this, if we did, raise money for both brewing and distilling to give out grants and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, so I've been really mistaken that that's the case. I really thought for some reason, I really thought he owned it because he feels like just like what he gives off, he feels like he owns. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a deep dive years ago on Brooklyn, like getting into craft beer. Like they're obviously one of the ones you could get back in the day, and I remember just kind of like doing a deep dive. And then I had read his book, The Brewmaster's Table, which is very good.
Yeah.
Mike, do you collect comic books? See your background.
Oh, yeah. I used to collect a lot of trades and stuff. Not too much anymore. I'm sort of in the same boat as Sean in a weird way. I don't care about physical media as much as I used to. But luckily, I do have some subscriptions and stuff to read stuff digitally. I mean, it's not the exciting answer. But.
I like collections. So, like, I was doing like The Walking Dead when they would do the compendium. If they did 4 of them, I'd buy that. Like, I used to do a pull list, get single issues every week or two, however often they would come out, and I just kind of like reading the story. So I'll do that still, and throw my local comic book shop some money, but it's not a lot anymore for me. And then I try to like, when I do have stuff, find out someone else to read it, or like a student, be like, hey, do you want, I have the first however many of the new Deadpool or whatever, do you want them? Because I paid for them. They're just going to sit in my basement, like might as well have at least a second set of eyes read them.
Right.
KPU, do you read comics or collect?
Me?
The guy who commented, KPU is out of the Chicago area. But yeah, Keith, you know what? There are things I know about Keith, his comic book stuff. I don't know. I don't know if you like comic book stuff at all, actually.
Yeah. Tell us about your love.
I don't have. I think I own like 2 or 3 comic books in my entire life.
But they're like Superman #1.
Yeah. Are these worth anything?
And they're like propping up a table in his living room. And Too funny. KPU, I hear that I could see you having a box of sick comics, so yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty.
Next to my bed, I have. So next to my bed, I have a big pile of like some comics. Like I'm gonna read eventually. I just keep forgetting. It's a bunch of nonsense. But I mean, the last few things I read were stuff I bought from Comixology. So it's like digital on my iPad. It's and their setup now is really cool. Like it's a little kind of interactive. When you go to pages, it zooms in on sections and stuff. It's this stuff's pretty cool, but it's just like, I don't know, man. Like even now, my bar room is strewn with shit. I don't even have room for the stuff I own already. I can't buy any more physical media of anything. No DVDs, no CDs, nothing. Just buy digital now. It's easier.
Yeah, I think I've bought my last Blu-ray at this point. I was a holdout for still buying Blu-rays. I still every once in a while buy a CD. So I have not completely given up, but I do. I'm way down. Yeah.
CDs though are weird because I bought a CD. The last CD I bought. Well, no, okay. The last what's what I'm looking for here? Mainstream CD I bought because I have to buy my prog albums on CD because they only release them on CD and they'll give you the digital version. You can't get them anywhere else. But the last real mainstream CD I had to buy, I bought it was Manson's Greatest Hits because it was cheaper on Amazon to buy the CD. Yeah. Then they gave you the digital copy than just buying the digital copy.
Nice.
How does that work? The CD came in the mail. I already had the digital copy, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this CD. I have no idea where it is. Like, how does that function as a thing? So Kyle, what was your last Blu-ray?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Okay.
Or Far From Home. Sorry, Far From Home. Well, when I found out that like on Disney Plus they have all the
All but yeah.
the bonus features, director's commentaries. I'm like, oh, that's why I buy Blu-rays, is to watch that stuff and listen to that stuff. So I'm like, if this is on here, so why would I buy the Blu-ray? But like now that I mentioned Spider-Man, those aren't on Disney Plus or any one that I have. So maybe something like that I still would buy. But I mean,
well, those, as long as you buy them, I found, so it's weird because Movies Anywhere, you can link your iTunes account, Google Play account, Vudu account, or whatever you want to have Movies Anywhere come in. I buy all my movies on Google Play just because that's what I have the ecosystem. They don't have any of the special features, which is weird. But once I pull them up on the Movies Anywhere app, because it's linked, they have everything. They have the deleted scenes, the commentary, and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't understand. I just still don't get the movie industry. Like, everything's just a legal nightmare, it seems like.
It's true. No, it's true.
So yeah, so recommended, do that. Even so, it's like Amazon. Just pick where you want to buy your movies, and then buy them on that platform. Like, you can't really buy them through the Movies Anywhere app, I don't believe. Or if you can,
you can.
You can.
Yeah, but it's linked to stores. Like, if I click on it, it'll go right to iTunes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah,
But, like,
so yeah, that makes sense. So yeah,
you
just
can buy them through the app though.
But then it just goes to the regular,
Well, no,
whatever store
price,
your default.
well, the prices. Well, it's automatically default because I use Apple products.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
but like it's actually good because it actually has an easier to the store's
100%.
actually easier to go through on that app, in my opinion.
I'll like buy
It's
movies
easier to
and
find
immediately
deals and sales.
100%. Yeah, I'll buy movies and immediately open that instead to actually play it.
I've always, I mean, like, so
I
back when
typically use Vudu for everything.
Vudu,
I know you like Vudu, yeah.
back when like Napster was big and some of those other file sharing, like I think part of it was at that time I listened to almost only punk music and like smaller, I mean, like Blink-182 and Green Day, sure, but like a lot of small or local bands. So like it was always really important to my friends and I to buy their albums, buy their merchandise just to support them.
Yeah.
But like I would use Napster if it was something I would never buy in a million years, or like a single I liked that maybe was on the radio but I would not buy the album. Then I'd be like, okay, I'll download, Tupac's Changes or whatever. I remember like downloading. I'm like, I like that song. Some of the other songs I've heard from him are good, but I wouldn't listen to enough. But okay, I'll literally never buy this album. I'll download that one song. So I do kind of like, I mean, movies and some of the more popular stuff, because some of the, you get these like super, greedy people at the top, and then you have like the artists who are making it. And then like my cousin's a gaffer on movies and TV shows. So like you see like they're just very blue collar, average Joe people making money this way too. So it's like, I do want to throw money this way. I get why people are okay illegally downloading this stuff. And I'm not saying, that's why I led with the Napster thing. I'm not saying I'm above it or I've never done it myself with things, but then it's like, I don't want to, I don't know, but the physical media I need to do less of, that's for sure. Yeah.
Well, Sean knows how I'm super against a lot of that. I think that I'm in a huge delay, Sean, because I'll stop for like 5 seconds.
You are. Do you want to disconnect and reconnect?
Yeah, drop and try come back.
Yeah, drop and come back.
Yeah. Fine.
But I think what Michael's going to say is that, yeah, we know that he's very big on purchasing his stuff. And just like you, Kyle, I'm not afraid to admit it. I was pirating, CDs, even movies and stuff. But lately, like I've been like, screw it, I'm just gonna start buying stuff. And like, even like within the last couple of years, like I start buying movies digitally, and even Carrie's like, "Do you just buy that digitally?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "To be fair, we've been kind of, you know what I mean, like doing this for a while." She's like, "Yeah, so let's just do it." Like, and like, yeah, it feels bad, but then there are times where it's just impossible to get something digitally, or it's absurdly expensive, and it's like, why do they make it so hard to get it? Like, if I wanted to get like a certain cut of a movie, like, yeah, I'll still download that illegally if I have to, but like, it seems like they're making it a little bit easier nowadays. So now I'm more or less just kind of trying to live in the build my legit digital library.
Yeah. I had a friend who used to buy movies. I don't know if he still does. I haven't talked to him in a while, but like he would back when all the movies, I don't know if they still do, but back when all the movies came with the free download, he would buy the movie and he would give me the download.
Nice.
So I have like a dozen movies on my laptop that I watch every once in a while. But
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, so you get a subscription, for example, to something, and then it's like, well, it's for you and your family. So like, I got Disney Plus. My daughter, because of schooling, was living with an aunt for a little while. So then now they're using my Disney Plus. And it's like, okay, well, it's my sister-in-law's family, and my stepdaughter lives there, so I think that's okay. Like, yeah, just the ethics of it are, I don't know, are interesting. If there was, Mike's not on, I'll throw Mike under the bus. There were times where, I bought the Blu-ray and I'd give Mike the promo code to download it, and it's like, well,
yeah. And like you watch DC Universe from my account, so
I wasn't going to throw you under the bus. Yeah. All right, so now that Mike's back, we'll stop talking about him. But yeah, no, I mean, Mike's a good guy. I think we can all agree about that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, facts, KPU. Yeah.
You look better, and you're moving more fluidly.
Yeah, don't fail again. Don't worry about it.
No. When you first came in, you were pretty shitty. No offense.
It was from the get-go, Mike.
Yeah, it was from the start. You look glowing right now.
From the get-go, you came in sideways. Get it? Because he was sideways. Dad joke.
Kyle's just gonna turn his channel into a stand-up special. I was literally watching your unboxing video today, and I was like, "Holy shit, Kyle with the fucking jokes!"
Well, yeah, it's been how many months since I haven't had an audience who has to sit in my classroom for 42 minutes at a time, 5 years. Like, I'm used to doing 5 shows a day, people, and it's like, poor Bruno, he doesn't understand anything I say, but I'm sitting there trying new material out of my dog, and he's just, I don't know, man, you give me a treat or not, and I'm like, you alone. Ridiculous. So actually, speaking of music, Keith, what kind of music? I know you make music. What kind of music do you listen to, though? I don't actually know that.
Listen to a lot of ska and
Really?
and like punk stuff, kind of more ska. Punk.
Like third wave ska, or like old reggae, heavy reggae influenced.
More like the third wave stuff, but I listen to all of it.
Okay. All right. We need to talk more about that. But I want to welcome Matt. Hello, Matt from Massive Beers.
No one ever wants to talk about ska, so you can shut that shit at the door.
What about ska brewing? Can we talk about ska brewing? Is that okay?
They're okay. They're okay. They're all right. Yeah.
No, I love ska. Yeah.
Little modus operandi.
The last concert I was thinking of seeing was Big Fish before COVID canceled that by my house. So yeah.
We had there was a music venue in Stroudsburg. Keith, you remember the Gate?
The Gate, was that the one that was down under? You go down the stairs.
No. So it might have been a little bit before your time, but there was a music venue. It was behind. It was in an alley off Main Street on like this alley, the same side as like Sarah Street, like that's like an alley back that way. Like it might have been more. And we used to have a venue that we used to put shows on there. We used to do this weird electronic music there, and it was like either that or ska. Those are the only two things that ever happened there. It was like literally like we'd roll in there at 10 o'clock to set up for a show, and all the ska people would be leaving. You know what I mean? Except there was one of my friends. He was in one of the ska bands. Ended up becoming like an electronic music guy, and he's a big electronic music guy in Philly now. Oddly enough, so it's kind of funny.
How easy was it to tell the difference between the two fans by how they dress?
Horns. They all had trombones. That's how you know ska people. Isn't that how it works?
The fans.
Oh no, the fans don't ska fans walk around with trombones?
No. I never did.
It's called checkered pants.
I was just gonna say checkered pants, yeah.
So true. Sublime, yeah. Sublime, legit. Wasn't it Sublime with Rome? Is that the one that they kind of continue to do?
Yeah. New one. Are they still doing a thing? Are they still doing it, or are they just?
I think they are.
Well, not now, obviously, but
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There was another iteration, though, I think.
Was there?
No, the Long Beach Dub All Stars.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. Matt, what are you drinking? We did that. We did our round before.
Bitburger Pills, baby.
Ooh, nice.
classic.
Nice.
Yeah,
Great
ultra
choice.
classic. I went to I stopped by a place the other day, and I was just like, I just want a cheap crusher, and Bitburger Pills 4-pack pounders, $6. Daddy likey.
$6, hell yeah.
Yeah. But I brought that Aeronaut out with me. I brought that mystery beer if we want to do that. I brought a little tasty treats, tasty treats.
Yeah, I would love
Nice.
to do that mystery beer at some point.
Yeah, I want to watch.
Can you see it less creepy, please?
Yeah. Can at least can we see both hands when you say it like that?
Hands.
Can't wait for lunch. Nice.
All right, open it.
Go slower. Make more eye contact with the camera. Ugh, so creepy. Keith, did you open another beer? What are you drinking now?
Von Trapp.
Oh, Vienna.
Vienna.
Nice. That's good.
Nice. Good choices. Good choices. Man. I want to talk more ska, but I don't want to bore other people.
I don't think that's possible on any subject. So it's us. We do boring.
How about this? Keith, you ever listen to the Hippos?
I've heard some of their stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't really listened to them though.
I'll stop there, everyone. They were on the major label for a little. They got a little attention after I think the Pop Tones blew up, and no doubt in them. But it's all good.
I'm sorry for bringing that up. Kyle doesn't even want to do this live stream anymore.
No, he's
just like
I feel bad for everyone else who's not interested in that topic. So I want to talk about Mustard Club, and I want to talk about if you like the Dance Hall Crashers and what you consider them, and they're being an offshoot of Rancid and Operation Ivy, but they're not really. But people say that. But the genetic material doesn't dare any longer, But anyway.
everyone's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
So anyway.
If you want to talk like prog, like side projects, like offshoots of other bands, like we could talk prog I could talk prog all night. So there's Spock's-Beard. Their lead singer is called Neil Morse. He then left to start a religious album and his solo stuff, but then he started an offshoot band with the drummer from Dream Theater.
I'm out. Even Mike's like, I can't. Too funny. In college, I did that with a girlfriend. I had a big poster board, and I taped it to the dorm room wall. And I was diagramming. I'm like, all right, so the singer for the first Dashboard Confessional album, well, he actually used to be in this band Further Seems Forever. But you need to understand that before they were Further Seems Forever, they were a hardcore band called Strong Arm, and they shared a drummer with Shai Hulud. Now the guitarist for them is the lead singer is the guitarist for Newfound Glory, and they're going to do a split album. And
did she dump you immediately?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I say I could talk to Keith about ska, that's what I'm trying to avoid right now. Matt, you want to get into these mystery beers?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Yeah. So for people watching, we have different beers. So we're not trying to see who gets closer with the same beer.
Or do we? This could be subterfuge. We don't know.
He could be deep dive.
Nah, Kyle, Sean is too nice of a guy to do that kind of stuff. So,
True.
Yeah, he taped the bottom because that makes it even more mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are we gonna find out before? That everybody watching.
Oh yeah,
you want
your headphones?
Well, here first, let's do this.
Welcome back, Mike.
Kyle, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, turn off the comment section too, because we don't want to accidentally.
Okay, yeah, mine. Private chat.
All right, I'm gonna open 2 tabs. Hold on, I'm gonna open 2 tabs so that I guess
and then I'll turn my volume off.
I can't. I mean, my headphones. I don't want to. I can't prove it to you.
listen again.
I can unplug my little DAC controller over here, but then I wouldn't be able to get reconnected, and you wouldn't be able to talk to me all night, which might be a bonus. But yeah, we'll see.
All right. Am I ready to go?
Kyle, Matt.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Okay. So what Kyle has is a beer from Spyglass Brewing in Nashua, New Hampshire. That is a milkshake double IPA with peaches, apricots, vanilla, and lactose.
That's Kyle.
That's Kyle. What Matt has is Trillium's Skimpy Sparrow. So they're small bird series. It's a 5.4% pale ale, American 2-row barley, white wheat, C15. For hops, it's Galaxy, Nelson, Simcoe, Citra, and Columbus.
Oh.
So let's get interesting.
Now, how do we get him back?
Mm. I think there we go.
You're right.
And now we
Can't-
watch.
I'm going to take a guess. It's Cantillon.
Yeah, I actually bought a canning machine for this long con.
There's a bunch
Well,
of hot particles in there. I don't know if it's going to come up on screen and the quality and stuff, but there's a bunch of particulates floating around.
Yeah. If that's not lager, I don't know what is. No, it's a hazy. It looks like a big old hazy. That's what it is. What do you
And
want?
this is like super carbonated. It's not quite what I remember, like Focal Banger, like how much sediment that has, but it's like approaching snowball.
Focal banger didn't hazy like that though.
But the particulate, again, it's not coming across on camera very well, but the particulates are nuts.
The
in there.
chunks. The chunks.
Oh
like
yeah.
Yeah. Yeastiness.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. That kind of smells like wheat. Mine smells weedy. Like danky weedy.
Mine's very lemony.
Yeah, mine's like a dank, weedy thing. Like it's green. It's green, hot pellet green, a little bit of weedy dank. I mean, there's probably some fruit juice stuff going on. It's really cold though. I don't know. My fridge might. You know what it is? It might be a little bit too cold because I have one of those like beer fridges, and it struggles to stay cold when it's hot. And so I've had it cranked to the max all summer. And today it's like beautiful out. Like it's one of the coolest days. So I think it's like extra cold. Like my fridge is usually like 48. It's probably more like 44 or 43 degrees. So, but I'm getting a lot of green off mine.
My beer fridge does the same thing. It's too funny. I'm getting a ton of citrus. At first, I was all about the lemon, but now I'm getting orange as well. A little bit of pineapple, maybe. Oh, did we lose Matt?
No, I'm still here.
Okay.
This is me working through my GoPro stuff. I'll figure it out in a sec. Give me a
Oh,
sec.
cool.
Yeah. I don't know if it's my GoPro or that capture card, but I think it's the GoPro. So if I connect back to my GoPro, it should come back on in like 2 seconds, hopefully. Let's see.
This has a lovely amount of bitterness.
What'd you open, Mike? Summer Street.
Oh, nice.
How is it?
It's okay.
Yeah, I totally shit all over the Street series in a chat earlier with another group of people.
It's okay. It's better than the last Congress I had.
I shit all over. Someone was like, she's like, I love the Street series. And I was like, yeah, the last couple batches of Congress were hot garbage.
This is a little harsh. It tastes to me a little bit like a fucking foam beer, honestly.
Is Summer or Sleeper Simcoe?
I don't know.
Okay,
Which one. I think Sleeper. Go ahead.
I'm guessing mine is a excuse me, 7.4 off the nose, 7.4% hazy. That's my guess right now.
This one has a nice bitterness, but I'm seeing some, like, which made me think a little lower, maybe an IPA. But then there's like some decent amount of legs on the glass, which makes me think it's a higher ABV. So I'm gonna say like double IPA, 8.5 range. I'm just not sure if there's a little bit of an adjunct in here or not.
How cold is yours, Kyle?
Well, I took it out at 8:15. So it's been on my fridge for almost an hour, which makes me think I'm way off because he's asking me about the temperature.
No. I was just curious because Matt mentioned temperature too.
Mine is totally not a double IPA, or I don't even think it's an IPA. I think it's a low ABV, like 5.8%. You know what reminds me a lot of Falconer, that pale ale, that low ABV from Zigmeister. I sent you that Falconer as a mystery beer.
Oh, right.
It was like 4.9%, like hazy pale, and that's kind of what this reminds me of. But I don't think it's sub 5. I think it's pushing 6. It's dry. It's not overly sweet. There's no way I could be high ABV. I doubt it.
Well, that's what's confused me about this too, because this is relatively dry, but it's got some legs, which makes me think it's higher than I'm thinking it is.
No, I want to go sub 5, but I just don't have the cojones to go there. So I'll probably go like 5.4%. They're going to call it probably a hazy pale ale as opposed to a hazy IPA. Nothing else in it. And actually, minus Falconer, it kind of reminds me a little bit of it's in that same vein. It's like Falconer, like Sneak Box from Kane, like those kind of beers where it's like a relatively low kind of hazy pale with not a big oomph to it.
A little peach in this too. Whatever it is, I'm really liking it. But yeah, I'll go in at it's higher than I think it is. I'm gonna say 8.5 double IPA. Maybe Citra heavy because I'm getting that peach and the citrus in it. It's really good.
Yeah, mine's citrus leaning. It's pithy, grapefruit, orange stuff. So, I mean, it's obviously. I mean, almost every beer has Citra in it at this point as a base, at least as a foundation. Outside of something like that, I don't even. Let's put it this way: the way this beer comes off and how hazy it is and how dense it is. I still think it's a low ABV beer. I don't think they're calling out hops on this. This is somebody's flagship 5 and change hazy that probably is a shelfie, but it wasn't like a shelfie forever. It's like kind of just started like, oh, they finally started putting it out like abyssal substance kind of thing, something along those lines.
This had all the sludge at the bottom. I just poured out the rest. I kind of want to know what this is just so I can take a picture of it because I want to look at my phone and accidentally see what the beer is. I gotta send a picture to you guys because this is crazy.
But you think if you took a picture of it, your phone's gonna just immediately tell you what it is?
What? No, like I don't want something to pop up on my phone. Like I'm just trying to be that above.
Fair enough.
Cheating.
Well, I feel like you've given your stab at it. It doesn't matter what you see now. Like you already gave what you thought it was.
The beer is and move out of my life. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm done. I said what I have to say. 5.4% hazy.
Okay. And Kyle, you're saying 8.5% DIPA?
Whatever. Move on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How bad do you guys want to know?
Oh.
I don't care.
Oh no, I'm breaking up. Anyone in the comments want to say who got it better? Who did better? Kyle, how many people are actually watching right now?
6.
Oh, okay, people are watching.
But some people
maybe watching is participating.
That was a really bad drum roll, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Mike, can you please, or Keith, please? Thank you. All right. So Matt, you pretty much nailed it. 5.4% American Pale Ale from Trillium.
So not a shelfie.
You didn't get Trillium. Not a shelfie. It's their Skimpy Sparrow, Galaxy, Nelson, Simcoe, Citra, and Columbus. Kyle, you pretty much came very, very, very close. So yours is Spyglass's Peachy, which is a 8.1% milkshake IPA with peach, apricot, puree, vanilla beans, and lactose. You didn't say vanilla, but vanilla please. So you probably didn't get enough to kind of bring that out.
I definitely got the peach, like I said, and then you're right. I don't get a lot of vanilla in it, but I knew like I did struggle with, is there an adjunct in this? And it's just the look of it. I mean, it's freaking crazy.
Yeah, and the hops Citra, Mosaic, and Galaxy. So you said Citra heavy. So yeah.
Yeah.
They did one last year, Kyle, called like the Spyglass did one last year called like something like Television Repairman, and it was a milkshake IPA with peach and strawberry. You probably would have loved it. Oh, and vanilla.
Oh, I thought you put it in the comment section too. That's why I didn't. Never mind. Okay.
Oh no, but I didn't want to see other people in the comments comment.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But
that was fun. We had a good time. We should do that every now and then. Do like a little rotating thing.
But I guess you could technically do that without taking the label off too.
Well, so I was telling him before we started, Matt, that I'm going to send you and the Nerdsense guys the same mystery beer. So if you guys want to do a live stream or pre-record it, release it on Monday, whatever you want to do, but you guys will get the same mystery beer.
I say we do a live
stream. Yeah, because I like doing them live, but let's say for some weird reason we can't. Whoever one of you guys, whoever sends it, can do a pre-record. We get attaches to the front of the beer. You know what I mean? Like let's say Kyle sends it, and let's say for some reason we can't do it live. I could just do my normal review. He could do like, hey guys, just so you know, this is the beer, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like watch along or whatever. That way people know, or tack it in on the end, beginning and end, or something like that. You know?
Yeah. I was packing up your guys' boxes today. I'm like, oh yeah, I have two of the same beer. Let me do it this way. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, this is exactly like, I mean, it's Trillium there, so it's not a shelfie, but this is what that beer is. This is that 5.4%. I'm gonna make like a super.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Matt, as you were describing that beer, as you were describing it, I was like, God damn, he's got everything right. Until you started talking about shelfie, flagship beer, I was like, God, it was fucking perfect, every single thing until that point, which is still pretty good.
But that's the thing. That's not. I didn't fail there because that is what this beer is. It just so happens that Trillium has the cojones, and the play not to do that. You know what I mean? Like that's like if they were somebody even a notch below, like a foam or something like that. We were talking to Jeremiah today. Like this would be that beer that's in the cooler. You know what I mean? Maybe not because it's a newer beer. Like you said, it was what was it again, Sean? What was the name of it?
Skippy Sparrow. It's not new. They've been
it's part of the but it's part of the Bird series, right? Yeah. But that's relatively new. That series is only a couple years old.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And what I'm saying is like, you know, Kane Sneak Box, like that was like one of their beers at the gate, and that becomes your staple beer at your brewery, where you know the Falconer was out the gate at Zigmeister. What I'm saying is this wouldn't be Trillium's shelfie beer because it's not out of the gate beer. Like they're out of gate shelfie would be Sleeper or fucking one of the streets because they've been making it for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, 420 or something.
Probably 420.
Yeah, something like that.
What was Matt? Do you remember what Sneak Box was called before it was Sneak Box?
Oh, I forget. It was
different.
Yeah, it had a different name because it's like
it was
IP
like
bullshit, cease and desist shit or something like that, right? Like somebody else had something named.
No, it was like
it was like the series.
Yeah.
But
everybody loved it so much that they made it a regular thing.
Well, that's every brewery though. Every brewery has like a scratch program. Yeah. I think that's what Curiosity is. That's what Curiosity is, a treehouse. If they hit on a Curiosity, they'll just be like, okay, let's fucking make that a reg.
But they'll never fucking admit that that's what happened.
Oh no, they don't care. You know, like Trove says there's literally it's called
a mystery though.
Curiosity?
I don't think it's like a mystery that's what is going on with the Curiosity beers. I think it's just expected. What Treehouse isn't doing is saying that 36 is this, but everyone knows that that's sort of the idea. You know that those beers eventually, if they hit big enough hits, they will end up being, like an offering.
Is it true that Treehouse skipped Curiosity 69?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They really did that? I didn't know if that was real or just a joke I saw today. Okay.
That was the joke I sent. I sent that to our group chat? No. Or you probably saw it too.
I think Boys guy that Twitter did it. Was it you who said it?
The Haze Boys thing. Yeah. Because it says Curiosity 100 will actually be Curiosity 99 since Nate is a weenie and Skip Curiosity 69.
69, yeah.
But you guys have all seen like the fake label somebody made for Curiosity 69.
Yeah.
So good. It's like absolutely like pitch perfect. It's kind of tasteful. They're not showing any dick. They're not showing any vagina. It's like
Too funny.
maybe they just fell on each other upside down.
It looks exactly like a Treehouse label.
It does. It's
like if they put it out, or if someone was like, if Treehouse, what do I want to say? It looks exactly like a Treehouse label.
Yes.
If Treehouse put it out, I'd be like, or even if. Actually, I think I might have got confused when I first saw it too.
I want to get a Prowler machine and then combine like two different curiosities and then print that label out and put it on the Crowler and then just do a review of it like it's real.
Well, that's the thing. That I'm pretty sure the 69 that the Haze Boys shot was done by their Dutch Euro guy. It's like a homebrewer guy, and he made it. Like he put that label on the beer. He made them and then shipped them some. He made like a knockoff cheese label. Like I'm almost positive he did that because he's done it for a couple. Like he's done some other half goof beers and shit like that. He's like a high level like homebrewer, kind of like the Gilded Skull kind of guy.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that might have been what I saw then. Because I think I remember seeing it as like an actual label on a can or a bottle or whatever.
I've seen it too. I always assumed it was a Photoshop, but I guess that makes sense. Which I guess if it was a Photoshop, it doesn't take much to just print it as a label at the end of the day.
Yeah. So there you go. So what do you guys got going on beer-wise like right now? Like, are you guys like still just like autopilot reviewing everything comes that way? Have you had anything new that's really kind of turned you on like crazily? Is there like do you have beer mails coming in? Anything like super exciting and shit like that?
Kyle and I were talking earlier, like we're overwhelmed with the amount of beer we have.
Yeah, I just got slammed with beer mails. I think I'm gonna try to do like one Black is Beautiful a week. I mean, like the live streams and stuff we do, but on top of that, like one proper review because I have a bunch of those I want to do. And then it's just I got a bunch of IPAs, and I'm not so into drinking them super fresh, but it's like, wait, how many do I have? And then I try to do one beer a day, so it's like, okay, but it's a problem, but it's not a big problem or a bad problem even, but like it is stress and mail. Like I hadn't had that stress till like 3 days ago. But I mean, I sent you guys that message, so like, and I'll post the unboxing Saturday. Like I got like my first beer mail from a former student, which is pretty crazy. And it's a local brewery back where I used to live in the Binghamton area, and they do a lot of. It's called Farmhouse, and Matt and I did a podcast with them, which was really cool. But the one beer is a Beet Saison, just to kind of give a little spoiler.
I love beets.
So do I, man. And Matt and I've had that beer. It's a good beer.
It tastes like beets. It tastes like beets. Like dirt earth beets in a good way.
I hope so.
Yeah. But I haven't reviewed a lot of Beet Saisons, so that'll be cool and different. But like recent, I like the part of that question, like recent stuff that's got you excited, or like, let me think about that for a sec.
I wanted to make a joke really bad about like I haven't reviewed a lot of Beet Saisons, but I've had a lot of Beet Saisons, like that Saison's beet. Like it sucks.
Beet Saisons.
I'll allow it. That's an okay joke.
What is this, Funny or Die? Like, how's the voting going? That's funny. It stays on the website. Man, yeah, something like interesting or. I tell you what, doing the Tuesday thing I've been doing where I try to do something outside my norm or like a mystery beer or something like that really, I've said it so many times in so many videos, like I love drinking New England style IPAs, but sometimes they're just not that great to review because it's like, oh, here's, which 3 of the 8 fruits I typically say does this one taste like? And so I have kind of enjoyed making a point to, either try something that's unique, different, aged for a while, a mystery beer. But I do kind of want to, I've been toying with the idea of doing a cellar Saturday and just every Saturday post, like just start drinking down my cellar, like once a week, just force myself to grab something off the shelf and drink it.
How often do you drink stuff off the shelf?
Once a month, maybe. That's what I'm saying. Like I kind of need to up it.
Yeah, I try to do it too. Like
you know what Kyle should do? Kyle, you should beer bomb some off your shelf every Saturday and then talk about it.
Like you're gonna have the beer bomb the whole bottle, just like half of it, and then the other half you can savor. But like it'll be funny just be like see what you can review from just like that quick like hit.
I think like
I would love to see him.
I'll start with the
I'd love to see him beer bomb a bomber to his face.
Yeah, I'll start with the brewery's Black Tuesday. That'll be like the inaugural.
Yes. Yes.
It would be super hard. It would be not super hard because someone would be super hard, but it would be rough to drink it all. But I think it would be fun if you just ripped the shit off your shelf and got the current day counterpart, so you could do like a side by side on age versus fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff that you have a lot of. Obviously you're not going to be able to rip a Black Tuesday off the shelf, but you know what I mean? Of a lot of the other beers that are relatively attainable, you know what I mean? Kind of do like side by sides and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's an intention I've had, and I've done it before, but not a lot. And it's the tough thing for me too is my wife doesn't like anything that I have aging. She doesn't like any.
That's my problem too.
So it's just me,
Which being in COVID might not. Well, now I guess we're getting back together tomorrow. So I think as long as neither of us are exposed for a good period of time, we'll be good with that. So we could probably start killing the cellar too together.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
It is.
How about you, Matt? Anything new or interesting where you're like, that fucking homebrew I posted fucking Wednesday? Holy shit balls, dude. Did you guys watch that shit?
Was it the 2.7% Saison?
Yeah, that's the Gilded Skull guy, the guy that makes Gilded Skull. I didn't watch it,
but I saw the post. Was it fucking
2.7%? Fuck yeah, dude. That beer was awesome. That beer was absolutely fucking bonkers fucking good. But other than that, I'm trying to think of stuff off the top of my head that I was like, this is really good. I've been actually like every now and then when I'm dabbling into like old age stuff, I'm starting to get like really kind of hot and bothered. So that's fun. But I don't do that a ton because it's like Kyle was saying, you get some of the IPAs and you're like, okay, well, I can't wait on the IPA. I'll drink the IPA and I'll save the stuff for later. And then a month goes by and be like, well, now I have more IPA.
100%.
What am I going to do? And then it's like kind of one of those things. So that I really did love the fucking Hop Butcher, that stout they did.
I think I'm going to review that.
We haven't reviewed that yet. Yeah.
That beer is so fucking good. What else? I had a couple beer mails come in. I had one come in today. I have to do an unboxing, and my buddy Jerome from Jersey always sends me like red hot heat barley wine. Like every time he sends me a beer mail, it's like 9 barley wines. So it's like awesome. I had a beer mail come in from yesterday from a new guy up by Hyde Park. I guess it's up in Massachusetts. He sent me some stuff from up that way. And I have a local brewery, a guy that kind of is friends with a local brewery that reached out to me. So I got all this kind of weird shit coming in, but nothing like I'm excited to drink. It's like just new stuff. You know what I mean? To see what's cool.
Nice.
I do. How about this as a question to you guys? Do you try to be mindful of like, okay, I posted 4 New England IPAs in a row. Should I throw in a stout? Like, do you try to be mindful of? I try not to do too many of one style in a row, but also just for my own like palate and enjoyment. Like, okay.
Yeah, for us, it's a little bit easier. Like, I feel like we've been a little bit more eclectic I've been a little bit more eclectic with the way I've been releasing, just because we have some in-person stuff. We also have some remote stuff. So I'm trying to pepper it in so it's not like all remote, all in person. But I'm also trying to keep it so it's not all just like hype stuff. Like, yeah, I released those headroom reviews as fast as I fucking could because I wanted to milk those views, right? Because it's the hype train. But other than that, like I'm trying to release things as not I don't need to do a New England IPA for 14 days straight. Like I'm trying to like kind of mix and match what we have. So it's so I get and I think it's a little different for you because you're drinking a beer a day, you're reviewing a beer a day. So it's different. We just have this back catalog because we're doing 3 to 4 videos on a Friday. So we're kind of splitting the styles that way. Yeah. Where and like tomorrow, there's going to be Mike and I are going to be getting together, and then like Reed's coming over, and then another buddy's coming over. I don't think we're all going to do reviews together, but we're probably going to mix and match and slide in and slide out. So there could be a good chance that we do a good amount of content of different styles, and then I'm going to not release all of that in the same week. So I'm going to try to sparse it out to the point of, all right, maybe this is the stout, this is an IPA, this is a pale ale, this is a lager, things like just so it's not like we're not Nerdsense drinks juice boy reviews.
For me it's like I drink, so when I do beer reviews I do like 3 or 4. When I sit down and do them I do that 2 to 4 days a week depending on what I'm feeling, and I always tier my review. So if I sit down and drink, let's say I sit down and drink 4 beers, I'll pick a mystery beer. I have no idea what the hell it is. Then I'll pick a low ABV kind of lager. Then I'll pick a hazy. Then I'll pick something dark. And then I just post in chronological order so I don't have to worry about that as much. Because if I do it in chronological order, I'm constantly rotating through styles. Yeah. I do groups. I do have neurotic things where if I have a backlog like Sean and Mike do, which I do. So if I get to like, let's say Hop Butcher beer and I have 4 Hop Butcher beers, I'll just put them all up at once. Be like, okay, I'm putting up a bunch of Hop Butchers. Or like today, I'm like, okay, I want to put this lager up. What other lagers do I have? Okay, there's 2 other kind of similar lagers. I'll put a couple lagers up in the same day and kind of go back and forth between my fucking cameraman.
Yeah.
I gotta figure this shit out. Anyway, so I'll do that kind of stuff. The hard part for me is mystery beers, because I'm trying to. I have this neurotic craziness about the way I do things, and I'm really like 2 mystery beers on a Monday. That's all I'm supposed to do, and I have such a backlog that I feel bad for people. Like someone sent me a mystery beer, they might not see it for 3 or 4 months. Yeah. And I'm like, now I'm being an asshole. This guy's went out of his way to send me fucking mystery beers. He's not going to see it for 3 or 4 months. Yeah. You know what I mean? So there I try to like jump back and forth outside of chronological order and just kind of try to get pepper in people's stuff here and there. That way they're not waiting weeks or months. Because let's say I have 14 mystery beers right now in my queue. Divide that by 2. That's 7 weeks. That's 2 months. You know what I mean? Like it's a long time. When you only post them once a week, it's how it is.
Well, I was saying that former student had sent me 2 beers of Beat Saison. The other one's a quad. So like my first thought is like, oh cool, I don't have to drink this right away. But then I'm like, my second thought is, oh wait, but like he wants to hear my take about this.
Yeah.
Not 9 months from now, like I'm thinking,
but you could always just kind of you could still review it and just kind of backlog it if you have a backlog, and then just text them and be like, hey, I just had it, but it's probably not going to release for a while, and just kind of
true, yeah. But again, if I'm doing a beer a day, I'll review.
Good point.
Yeah.
I've posted a beer before, like, and gave them a private link and be like, yeah, I'm not going to post it for a couple of weeks, but you can watch it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've done that before for people.
I have every once in a while. My wife is like, "Yeah, I want a beer." So what I'll do is I'll do like 2 IPAs because she likes IPAs. So I'll just go review the first one, give her the rest of it, and then go do the second one. So I'm trying to get ahead a little bit, but yeah, I mean it is what it is.
I've been dumping a lot of beer lately.
Yeah,
or like just not even drinking it. Like they're like I think the other night I did 4 beer reviews the other night, and I think I drank 1 of them. Yeah. You know what I mean? I sat on the couch and played video games. I had another beer outside of those, but there's 3 of them. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I don't want any of that stuff. I don't have time for mediocre beer. Wow, that was snooty.
Yeah, no. I've definitely done the same.
I get it.
It's not worth the extra hangover the next morning, and
I had. I'm going to take that conversation a different direction.
Well, first off, should we open the aeronaut, or what do we do?
Yeah, let's do that shit, man.
Right.
Let's do it.
I gotta go grab it. Okay.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay, Kyle, Sean, hurry up. Let's review this before Kyle gets back. Hurry up. Come on.
Mike, go.
All right. I have a special beer that I'm gonna open during this.
So it's the oh, you're not leaving? I thought you were gonna leave. I thought it was gonna be the me hour.
Actually, hold on, grab it.
What?
Everybody else left. I thought you were leaving too. It was gonna be the Matt show for 5 minutes.
Oh no, I got my little cooler with me. I'm here by myself, so my parents' dog is like wants attention, but my cat does not like my parents' dog, so they're like
You're facing off.
okay. Man, this hard drive just fixed everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm actually I'm selling another laptop and I'm downloading the OS on that and it's working. so yeah.
Wow, dude, good for you, man. That's how I like literally I had to go back to a laptop with a mechanical hard drive a couple months ago, and I was like, this is how I lived. I lived in a world of mechanical hard drives, and not even just that, like SSD hard drives to NVMe hard drives, like solid state hard, like legit. Like in my computer now, that I have like an NVMe flash drive, like it's crazy. Like it like the other day, my Windows took 13 seconds to boot up. I'm like, something's wrong with my computer. like it booted up and was ready to roll, not just like, hello, you're here. It was like, I was like, oh, it took 13 seconds. I was like, yeah, something's wrong with my computer now. I was like, I gotta fucking do something about this. This is not right.
Yeah, because before I was procrastinating with like getting like moving stuff between laptops. So I bought this laptop and it came with a 750 mechanical hard drive. But I bought a new hard drive for my other laptop and I just had to put it in here and move everything over, and I just didn't for a while. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just went through like the 7th level of hell with computers, man. My nephew, he's such a nice kid, man. He's not even a kid. He's 21, but he's like a super nerd. Like if Sean and Mike would be called like bro sense if they hung out with my nephew. He's that nerdy. You know what I mean? And like, but he was wanted to build a new computer. I built his original computer. He wanted to build a new one. He wanted to do it himself. He fucked it up all 6 ways from Sunday. So he's like, can you just do that? Like he like literally like didn't put the CPU in correctly and bent the pins on the CPU like that bad. Oh yeah.
How is that nerdy? I'm like,
well, let's not talk about that, because if he watches, I don't want to make fun of him. But so I was like, where'd you buy it from? He's like, Amazon. I'm like, you're good, dude. You can shit in a box and send it back to Amazon. They don't care. And and I actually, and he didn't break any pins. I actually managed to bend them all back, but it's still the computer still wouldn't post. But here's the shit show, and I hate doing this. And he wanted to do it because he's trying to save money. He didn't want to upgrade everything. He wanted to use whatever he could from his old rig. So, like technically, his power supply was usable, but that ended up being a problem. Like it literally, the motherboard. We swapped out motherboards. No, it ended up costing like $120 for fucking power supply, man. Like modular, like a nice power supply. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think that's expensive, because when I bought my power supply I got now for my build, I think it ended up after rebates, because I waited and stuff and like stocked deals. I ended up paying like $70. You know what I mean? So you almost paid double. But I like went through 2 motherboards, 2 processors. But I finally got him hooked up. So I enjoy that stuff. But then I get him all set up. He takes it home and he's like, "What's the password?" I'm like, "This is it." He's like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Yes, it is." "No, it's not." "Yes, it is." "No, it's not." "Yes, it is." And I'm like, I flipped out him for the first time in the process. I felt bad about it. I was like, click on this button. It'll ask you for a security code. Give him this and then reset it. He had to have caps lock on or some shit.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, ugh.
Kyle's taking his Instagram picture. I guess I'll take mine while we're all doing it anyways.
I mean, I didn't, but I will.
Oh, that's what you're doing. With my...
Just enjoying a little.
You still can't see it, buddy. Is it Hill Farmstead?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I could have gotten more of this, but
Yeah, fuck you, Keith.
Sorry,
Anyway,
Keith.
Keith, don't
I'm
worry.
I'll tell you right now.
Matt's only getting one.
That is the prettiest looking of the bunch. As far as the way the head looks on mine and everything, I'm not going to say it's going to be the tastiest, but something about it, the fluffy, creamy head, I like it.
And quite a bit lower in ABV, 6.2.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't even notice that till right
Yeah.
now.
And I actually have a very nice brewing story about Aeronaut. So a couple of years ago, they made was it their second or third anniversary double IPA, and I bought it, and it was awful. Like,
Did we talk about this?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was awful and terrible. And I emailed them. They're like, "Hey, bring in the last," because I tried a second can. Like, bring the last 2 cans. I went to the brewery, and he wasn't the head brewer. I forget his name this time. Wasn't available. And I had a couple beers, but at the time, like, my daughter was like a year and a half, so I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and just get smashed. So I was like, all right, I have to go. Here are the beers. I give it to the bartender. It looked really confused. I'm like, just give this to whoever I was talking to. And then he emailed me after. He's like, hey, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. He then sent me a $30 gift card, which I still have not used. But they were super responsive and stuff. So these are some good guys. They're based out of Somerville.
Yeah, they're on my shit list.
Oh, Jesus. Why?
Because they reached out to me and sent me beers twice, and then they stopped sending me beers, so they're on my shit list now. No, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. No, they sent me a couple beers, and I really did like them. I think they pushed really hard for like a social media campaign. Like they sent me beers, and all of a sudden I started seeing our shit pop up on Instagram with specifically written hashtags and stuff. So they like did a really hard push. It was probably about the same time that happened to you, because I think we had this conversation about it when I posted the beer. But everything I had from them were really good, and it looked like a cool brewery. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're normally their like flagship is a year with Dr. Nandu, which was their first anniversary beer. Then they kind of iterated on. Yeah, because I think it was like second year with Dr. Nandu was the one that was bad. But then they have Hop and Away, which is like their session IPA. They have some like, and they actually won bronze at BF a couple years ago for their pill. I have it in my fridge. It's really fucking. I'll buy it to this day. Yeah, and they have a spot down in Somerville. It sucks, but what are you gonna do?
I kind of did proper glassware. I forgot they sent me a glass. They sent me one of those beer can glasses, like the 16 ounce cans.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What
do you think?
I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, it looks.
I love it.
It's okay.
It's like, hey, Keith just sent everybody 65,000 beers. Let's drink a beer that he doesn't have. Keith, you can come over and get the leftovers. I'll put them out.
If Mike had all the beers, we would have definitely busted one of those out.
Oh, Mike doesn't have it. I thought he did too.
So. No, he didn't pick them up yet. He's coming over tomorrow. I figured.
No,
wait,
this year.
The beer would.
No. He has this beer. I meant the beers that.
If I saw the Sean's on the way here, I would have not done this chat, honestly.
Wait, so Mike, what do you think of this beer?
It's okay, kind of.
I like this beer.
Nah.
I do too. It reminds me of Lord Hobo's a little bit, where it has that extra roastiness, just kind of.
To me, it's like an old school kind of portery, like roasty toasty porter. It's not an imperial stout, you know. It's a small beer. It reminds me of cask ale almost to a point. Like it's like, holy shit, Kyle.
You see what I'm saying? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, what did they do to that? You got the wrong can, dude.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
No. That's how peach beers roll. I got a peach beer.
No,
for
I
you.
was kidding. I was thinking that was Black is Beautiful beer. No, I
Right,
know.
right, Keith. I got a peach beer for him.
Oh yeah. Do you still have that?
Yeah. I have like a 4-year-old peach puree IPA.
That doesn't have a label on it, right?
Nope. Oh,
Do not
Some-
drink.
Someone's getting it now.
yeah.
this one drinks, like a lighter version of the base recipe. It's not quite as roasty or quite as robust, not quite as full, but it has those notes. Just like in a 6% version, which is what this beer is.
Let me see if I can find any more info on this one.
This beer is exactly what Aeronaut is to me. They're okay.
Fair, I guess.
I thought Year with Dr. Nandu was like so good. It was depressing.
It was really good when it first came out.
It was amazing. But all the regular stuff is like, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's okay. I've had better stouts.
I can't tell you if I've had a stout by them actually. Now that I think about it,
I never had
like
a stout
their
by them.
Their Pilsner is good, and then the time I was at the brewery to drop those beers off, the only time I've ever been to the brewery, they had a test batch of like a Imperial Galaxy double IPA that I got a small pour of, and now they're releasing that in regular distribution. I haven't had it since it hit distribution, and that was like a year ago. So, it doesn't say what else is in the beer or how they brewed it.
I feel like it has roastiness. It's thin. I also think it tastes like tap water. So,
Were you Flint?
if you think this tastes like Flint water, then probably, yeah.
Looks, not taste.
It is thin. I'll say that, but I actually like the roastiness. I like the little quality of it. Like it's drinking like you would expect it to drink for a 6.2% oatmeal stout.
I guess.
Well, I'm fine with it.
Like a bad oatmeal stout.
And like even the way it pours like Coca-Cola, or that's kind of how Joe would put it.
Is that all it is? It's just a base oatmeal stout?
That's what it says. Doesn't say anything else. I checked their Instagram, and I haven't really. I couldn't even tell you the last. I don't think they've ever had a stout that I've ever had. They brew IPAs.
This tastes to me like almost like if you took Samuel Smith's oatmeal stout and watered it down with tap water.
Somerville tap water specifically.
Like, yeah. No, I don't mean that. Like, I don't mean to continuously bring this up to be a dick. I feel like it is lacking. It's lacking oomph. It's very bland. It's very. I mean, it's not a brain pour. I don't hate it. It's fine. I'll drink it. The other beers that I've had in this, even if they didn't wow me, it felt like there was more. It was more of an attempt to make something interesting, and this feels like they made something at 7.5% and decided to water it down to 6.2.
That's fair. I would think, because I'm literally looking through their Instagram. I can't, Mike, and correct me if I'm wrong. Can you think of the last time that you've ever even seen an Aeronaut stout, regardless if you've had it? Have you seen one?
No, I never heard of them.
Okay.
I know they do IPAs, pales, lagers.
All right, I just found one. But it's in a bottle. So my thing is like maybe they're just not well known. They just don't know how to do stouts, and they decided to do something not big, not like completely put themselves out. They did an oatmeal stout. For me, yeah, it's thin. It had a really nice head. It has that roastiness. It's got that. It does have a thin mouthfeel, but I think it kind of has that porter characteristic where it's a thinner mouthfeel, but it has a good amount of character, especially for the ABV. And it's just roasty, toasty, old school style. It's definitely hitting it for me.
Honestly, if it works for you, I'm glad. Honestly, I never wish bad beer upon anyone. Not that it's a bad beer either. Sorry.
I guess I said porter, but if I had this blind, given like the thinness and the way that it's going, maybe black. I could say black lager.
No, to me, this is sort of like what we would say in America is like a porter, but it tastes like an English porter to me, sort of. You know what I mean? Like it just has that sort of like roastiness. It tastes like something you'd have at an English bar, be nameless, and you drink like 9 of them because you can put them all down.
If they had
you say that with a negative connotation, I would say those words with a positive connotation.
Me too.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, in that case, I agree. Like this is something you can put down a bunch of them. It's not gonna fatigue your palate. It's not gonna bother you. It's gonna be good to sort of drown your sorrows without having to think about it. There's nothing wrong with that.
You literally just described the chicken or the egg conversation, but in beer form. I'm sad because the beer isn't good, but I can put a bunch down because I'm sad about the beer not being good. You know what I mean? So you're throwing them back because the beer's not good, but the beer's not good, so you're throwing them back. It's which one's first? I have no idea.
No, honestly, it's not that the beer's not good. It's not why you put them down. You put them back because the life's not good. But whatever. It's not bad. It's just not exciting in any way.
It's definitely not exciting. Like you're 100% right. It's not exciting. It is fine. Like I'm enjoying the experience, and I mean I think it's the most important part of drinking a beer. But you're right. It's not like it excites me, or I'll be thinking about this beer a week from now. Like, man, I wish I had a second can of it. So I do get what you're saying, Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had
Matt, how would you describe this one? God damn it! I'm in such a delay that I'm literally interrupting people. I apologize.
No. It's Kyle's just trying to talk over you. It's and I say this with a pot. Yeah, because I never do that shit. I say this with a positive spin. It's what I would expect to get like a 5% stout at a classic kind of brew pub. You know what I mean? And that's how it's done. And I have a soft spot in my heart for this. Let's put it this way. You may not like this. Other people might not like this, but this is the shit that wins medals at GABF because it's in style and it's exactly what it's supposed to be. There's been such a twisted amalgamation of what stouts and porters are nowadays that
I agree.
It's like, there's no candy bars or Peeps or fried chicken in it. What the fuck? So it's like people are like, well, what do you mean? But this is so classic that I don't think it goes out of style. It's like it's the same thing as a Pilsner. Like you give this to a brewer, I think they like it more than an average consumer.
Valid.
Yeah, no, I don't actually disagree. And to be fair, like the tap watery thing, it's kind of going away as it warms up a little bit. I don't know what it is if I drink a lot of tap water or something, but I'm not getting the tap watery thing. I was getting it like 8 minutes ago, whatever. But it is almost like it's sort of what I thought stouts were like when I first had beer and didn't like them, and it's because I didn't understand what I was drinking. But and that's why I sort of brought up. I feel like it's sort of like in the vein of like a classic English stout, when an English stout really was about 5%, 5.5%, roasted, not much else.
It's a Guinness without the nitro or mouthfeel. It's a non-nitro Guinness is what it is.
Actually,
because once you add nitro to this, it gets softer and it drops the bitterness a little bit. And once you do that, then you have fucking Guinness. So it's essentially Guinness without nitro.
It is funny if you have a Guinness not nitroed. It's surprising how thin it is. Like all the body comes from the nitrogen gas.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm not mad at it. I think ultimately it's just not exciting. And there's worse things that beer can be.
The one thing I would actually herald this would like prop it up and say that what I love about this beer is the bitterness. That's because this bitterness in a small ABV beer like this, if you go a little bit more bitter, it comes off like cigarette ash to me. Whereas when it's like this, it's just bitter. It's roasted bitterness. It's not. I'm sure hops are playing something here, but it's mostly roasty bitterness. But if you go even a little bit more bitter, then it tastes like a fucking. You're drinking a beer that someone put a cigarette out in. You know.
A while ago, I was going to a beer store, a beer store in Andover, Massachusetts, and Sean had recommended a stout. I don't know if it was Castle Island or something.
Oh, Castle Island's TBD stout.
This reminds me a little bit of that.
But no, that stout was amazing. It was super hot. It was super hoppy.
Okay. Well, we disagree. To me, this reminds me of that a little bit, but not quite as hoppy, because that was a hopped stout. But this sort of reminds me of the body, the mouthfeel, like the overall flavor. You know, I mean, I drank 4 of those to my face in about, 20 minutes, so it couldn't have been too bad. But when I first took a sip, honestly, what kind of went to was the Castle Island stout that you'd recommended to me.
No, that stout was great, and it definitely was the TBD, and it was a hoppier American style stout. Yeah, I miss that stout so much.
Not me, but okay.
Well, fair enough.
So
it was fine.
I assume Sean's taking an Instagram photo right now.
I'm taking a group photo, Kyle. This is how we take group photos in COVID.
Wow, that's fucking bad.
No, I'm taking an Instagram photo.
Can I tell my story now, or
no?
It's almost 10 o'clock. What's the story?
Thanks for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining me.
What do you got, Kyle? What do you got?
No, I just so we had, speaking of Black is Beautiful, when we post Black is Beautiful beers, there's this weird thing that happens where we lose subscribers, and so that happened, and we were talking about it, and then I noticed my subscribers were going up by a lot, and then I noticed like my top viewed video in the last 48 hours. Usually, when on your analytics, when it says like, the top viewed video in the last 48 hours is one that you posted in the last 48 hours, but it was this older video. And so I was like, what the heck is happening? Like I'm getting a crazy amount of views. Well, it was all these Warheads beers I had done. A local brewery had partnered with Warheads and made these Warhead sours.
Oh, wow.
And those videos had done fine, but all of a sudden it's just like astronomical. So I reached out to the owner, head brewer, and I was like, yeah, like my social media is blowing up. Like, people are asking me where they can get these beers. My subscribers are going up. The views are like crazy. He goes, yeah, it just hit Los Angeles. And I think those people are like looking for this beer. I was like getting people from Arkansas, all these crazy places. And then Joe from the Beer Patrol, he's like, hey, are you getting a bunch of like subscribers and people viewing these Warheads beers? And I'm like, yeah, like it's freaking crazy, man. So it was, a lot of it was, or almost all of them were external. And then it was Google searches. So then I Googled, Warheads beers, and sure enough, it's the videos are Joe's and mine. So it must be these people are just, Googling what are these Warheads beers. And then
how did I not? I must have named ours not the proper name then. Shit.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about this. Oh, wow.
Not you guys who had also reviewed them, but it was just this freaking crazy thing because, like, we were talking literally that day about how either like I release a Black is Beautiful and I either lose subscribers or it's like a complete straight line where I'm not gaining any. And then just this freaking crazy, like 50, since Friday. So yeah, in almost a week, which I don't gain 10 a day ever, or close to 10 a day. And, it was like 2,500 views. It was just freaking nuts. And then Joe was having, very similar thing. But yeah, for whatever reason, when you Google it, it's two of Joe's videos than mine are like what you see on Google without like clicking further. Yeah, freaking, I mean, just usually
Sean needs a new co-host for sure, because I shit on all of those beers every video, and you guys all got like rise in viewerships and like subscribers, and Sean and I got shit because everyone was.
I don't know about that, brother. You shitting on stuff usually gets you more views.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
not if people are trying to find the beers. That's the issue. If people
No,
are in LA trying to
no,
find
people hating on
I
shit
tried to
will
be-
always
There we go.
trump.
Yeah, I totally refreshed myself.
sorry, Sean.
But that's Mike. That's exactly what I'm saying because we both kind of shit on them.
Dude,
There were a few
described
that
one of
like
them
I
as
think
tasting
I,
like baby diapers. I described it as
no,
baby diapers.
but we definitely poo-pooed on them. There were a few that there were two that I did like. One of them like more than the other, but they weren't that good.
No,
Most
to
of my
me,
videos are within a very normal amount, and then like randomly, one of my Utopias reviews has a ton. So this is like the second time where I've had something where I'm like, wait, this is not within that normal realm.
Well, they didn't just launch in Los Angeles because I saw like Pennsylvania got them last
That's
week
true.
and a bunch of other people. So I mean, again, it's like probably LA is a huge market, but there's a bunch of other people got them, so it's probably like all over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Joe's there. Everyone's there except holy crap. Like everyone, there's like they suck. Oh no, we're at the very last, Mike. We're good. We're at the very last. We're there though.
Yeah.
For the
Yay.
For the which one is it?
I did not bring this up as a belittlement of you guys. Jeez.
No, I know. I'm
I
just
think
like,
Kyle did this on purpose,
you're-
and this is bullshit. Typical New Yorker, fucking arrogant dick. That's how I'm gonna look at this going forward.
oh, I see what they did there. Oh, it's because no, you know what? Maybe we're fucking. Maybe our YouTube algorithm is fucked up because we put our name first.
Or maybe, Sean, and I mean this, if we start talking about blowing each other on fucking camera, maybe people will look at our videos better.
Well,
I don't think put your name first hurts.
That's a good point. But have you done the Warheads beers? No, right?
No.
I'd like to see them.
I don't drink anything that people don't send me. I'm high class.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What did Greg say? I couldn't hear Greg just now. What was that?
Make sure those cans have dates, guys.
And what does this beer go with, by the way, Greg? Does this
That
go with
looks like the
chicken,
one-
fish, or?
That's like the one thing I know about the guy. You know what? In all seriousness, I was looking up Black is Beautiful beer reviews, and he's done 2 of them, and he said very nice things about like the movements. I have no actual issue with the guy, but I have caught that about him that he's kind of like, hey, I only do this one thing, and you send me them. Yeah.
I imagine, and this is me being a douchebag, I imagine that Greg's fans are mostly Confederates. But no big deal. No big deal.
I'll give him credit. He said good. I mean, you know, I this part I don't know about him, but like, yeah, I mean, he said good things.
Let's put it this way. Like, I will be the complete. I know this is going to come as a shock. I will be the asshole in the group here and say, again, there's nothing like hostile about Greg. That's I think is understood. But let's put it this way: Mike was saying he definitely has Confederate friends. But I'm pretty sure when he hangs out with his Confederate friends go, "Fuck, he's here." You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the guy. Like, and not because he's not not because he's not racist, but he's like the guy who has a Harley, and when he goes to like the ride, they're like, "God, that fucking guy." He's like, you know what I mean? Like a poser, that kind of thing.
Well, honestly, Matt, when I said that thing, I was like, "Wow, that's pretty fucking foul." I'm glad you beat me.
I haven't, because again his approach doesn't speak to me. I've watched 2 of his Black is Beautiful. I watched 1 Hot Butcher, and then one a while ago to the point where I was like, oh, this isn't really my speed. Whatever. Like DJ, like I don't like how fast he talks. I don't watch him. It's nothing against him. He's fine. He gets lots of views. People like what he does. It's just it's not for me. So that's kind of my thing with Greg. It's not for me. And not everyone watches my stuff. I'm not for everyone. Like I get it. Like it's not a judgment thing. It's just
no. It's one of those things though. It's like because I don't give a fuck. So that's why I can say the things I fucking say. But he's just like and we all are guilty of this to a certain extent, I think, is that we regurgitate a lot of the things we say. Like we'll talk about IPAs, we'll say a lot of the same keywords constantly over and over again.
Yep.
And I'm guilty of it. I do it constantly. I try not to do it. I'm actively conscious about trying not to do it. He literally says only 4 or 5 things, and then he always leaves and comes back and says the same exact things 4 or 5 times again. Like there's nothing to be gained. It's like it's like someone that goes to, it's like someone that goes to Olive Garden and says, yeah, it's great. The pasta was tasty and the sauce was well made and the dessert was delicious and the atmosphere was pleasant. And be like, well, you just gave me the 4 biggest generic descriptors in history. Like give me a little bit more. Like I don't need all of it. I don't need the most in-depth thing. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a reason why people like fucking Olive Garden and Burger King. You know what I mean? And it's, it is what it is. So there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, but here's the thing. And here's all
right, I have to go then. I'm gonna
no, and I totally agree with I mean, fucking beer. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's beer reviews or life. It's a survival of the fittest. So I understand that concept, but Darwinism. What are you gonna do? I mean, if you fail as a beer tube thing, but the thing you need to understand is, and this is just speaks volumes, is go look at his subscriber count and divide that by his view count compared to people with 1/8 the amount of subscribers. So you know what I mean? Like he has 30,000 subscribers, but his videos only get 100, 150 views. Whereas somebody that might have like 5,000 to 10,000 subscribers gets 2, 3, 4 times the amount of views. Right. It tells you a little bit about why his subscriber base is where it's at.
One of the things that Kyle brought up earlier, it's a thing with New England IPAs. I like drinking them, but man, I hate reviewing them. I always feel like I feel like I'm always going through the motions, and I'm not, because I really am doing my best, and I do try to get away from keywords, and a lot of times I try to. It's almost a weird thing. I take a sip and I try to think back as a kid, and what it reminds me of. And there's times where I think I'm almost tasting say certain candies I had as a kid. I'm trying to get a different sound than saying mango or ripe papaya, and all the things that it's just like keywords. And the thing is, they're all there. I don't feel like when I say those words that I'm bullshitting. But God, it's it sucks to just feel like you've done 3 videos in a row and used the exact same dialogue.
Well, so Mike, start thinking about those kid views tomorrow, because we got a lot tomorrow. Pew 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 pew.
I hate you so much.
I feel like me and Mike should start a beer review channel.
I think you should.
And we just, because I feel like we just don't want to do it. We're just like, it's just like, and it's just like, all right, we're gonna drink this beer, I guess, whatever.
I would watch that so hard. You guys I guess this is okay. Fine, I like drinking it.
Indifferent video channel of all time.
Why can't you do it?
There's no way Keith and I can get the same beers, and it would not be cost prohibitive to continuously send each other beer every week.
Just subpar beer every week.
We can just talk about Sam Adams and Coors.
You could just do subpar shelfies. Or you don't have to have the same beer. You could just do different beers and just kind of just be like, I wish this one was better, but it's not that good.
Yeah, the problem is that I'll be drinking Coors Light and Keith will be drinking fucking Hill's Farmstead. You know what I mean?
Or we could just get similar beers and just talk about how they're pretty much the same.
Yeah. I am totally all for this.
One of us has some super shelfy whatever, and then the other one has a more hyped beer, and we just talk about how they're basically the same beer. They're just just different hops, and it basically tastes the same except for the slight differences or whatever.
That could actually get some views. Think about it. No, that could actually get some really good views.
It'll be just like the Daria crowd, though. You know.
Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing. It's like I was gonna say it'd be like the Daria and Eeyore beer review, something like that.
Please do it.
Say Daria and Eeyore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Dude, seriously, there's a guy I work with that every time he's walking around like, "Hi, what the fuck," and all these things. And whenever I see them walking away, like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Hey, what did Eeyore say to you?" It's always just some bullshit like, "What the fuck? Everything here sucks. Just a fucking bitch. I don't know why I come to work." It's always just this fucking nonsense. And it's just like, oh shit, what did Eeyore do this time? This fucking dildo. It happens all the time.
So we have an idea for Keith's 93 Lumber channel then.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. I hate when I accidentally give myself a commitment.
I can't wait to do beer reviews where I'm the cheery one.
Okay, this legit needs to happen at some point. Right? This needs to happen at some point. Whether you release it on another channel or you do it on this or you do it on Matt's or you do it on Kyle's, we'll release it somehow. But you two need to do beer reviews together.
So clearly when we do live streams, we need to off-air drink for like an hour. Start the live stream. Nothing interesting happened the first hour of this. Let's be honest. This lasts like 40 minutes.
But no one's really commented except for the Darwin comment. So
I'm okay with
but
that.
I also don't think that,
sneakity sneak. Oh, that's a troll name.
I don't think that it has anything to do with. So I don't think it has anything to do with like inebriation. It just has just warming ourselves up. You know what I mean? Like finding things that are funny.
Yeah.
3 beers I've had.
I think it's both.
Plus Keith having a really funny idea. That we got the ball rolling.
Man.
Well, it was what you said that like kind of like made me have the idea. Cause like
I think we should. Here's the idea now. We should start it, and this is just me going. I'm going into fucking producer mode. Mike hates me in producer mode. I'm like, all right, here we go. Listen to me out. You both do Sierra Pale Ale, and then from there we go like Dogfish 60-minute, 90-minute, and then we can go for any other like maybe some like Asahi, Tsingtao.
No, this is what's gonna happen. We're both gonna be like, let's do Sierra Pale. We're gonna start the video, but neither of us gonna have it. And then we talk shit about the beers we own. Like this should be Sierra Pale, but I'm gonna shit all over fucking whatever the hell Sean sent me this week. This is fun.
Or it would be hilarious if we could do this as like a segment on one of the channels where we just send both of them a set of beers for like a month.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't do this.
Mystery beers.
Do this.
Mystery beers.
I don't have room
Could
for
you
the beer
imagine
I
if
have
Mike
now.
and Keith had the same mystery beers?
Oh, dear.
Like, I'll send it one day. Kyle sends it one day. Matt sends it one day. Maybe some viewers want to jump in on it. I think that would take over BeerTube, but no one will want to watch anything else.
this tastes like I don't care.
And that's why it's amazing.
I fucking hate Sean right now.
Mike, it's all about more content, baby.
If Nerdsense was a pull string doll, it only had like 5 things it said. We need more content would be one of the 5 things.
100%. 100%. We need more content.
We can't release that. Mike, come on, we need more content. You got to film more solo reviews.
That let us.
We
That last video
all
was
know that's not
garbage.
going to happen.
Mike, you're lagging. You have to re-enter the live stream.
If I ever told Sean I did a solo review and I sent him something of me and Keith shitting on some beer, he would
throw
That-
up.
I almost threw up. Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
Oh man. Oh God.
Sean,
hope-
this is only going to relate to you, but I just got reminded of sitting there in Joel's kitchen and someone made him do some huge shot and he ran outside to throw up. That made me laugh. I don't remember why.
Jesus.
It was good times.
So this was a brainstorming beer tube session.
I hate everyone here except for Keith because he's funny.
Again, that was going to be great.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, like not that the conversations weren't good or anything, but like I think a third of the amusement I had through most of this was Keith cackling in the background during certain segments. That was good.
So Keith, did you listen to any like Christian ska bands as well, or did you kind of keep it secular
Oh
or
my
mainstream?
I listen to the OC Supertones sometimes.
Did you really? Fucking right.
I still do. I got them on my iPod. Yeah, every once in a while.
They had some good stuff. I think 5 Iron Frenzy was better in the Christian market, but yeah.
Yeah, I never got into 5 Iron Frenzy, even though.
Matt,
Yeah,
do you listen to anything in the Christian market at all?
Who?
I asked Matt.
Oh, Matt.
No, I'm like, yeah, no,
Are you a closet Striper fan? Or
He
something?
was literally on mute looking at other things, not even paying attention to us.
Right.
no. I was paying attention. I'm not a big fan of fiction.
Same here. Nice.
Shots fired.
Well,
Shots fired at imaginary thing. Yeah, it's
because
just-
no,
I don't
Mike
know.
and Keith were talking about some Christian stuff, and I know Sean listens to way too
And I
much
just
Neil
got
Morris.
Mike hates Neil Morse thing, but yeah, that makes sense.
It's been up for like an hour.
Yeah, I noticed it a little bit ago, but I forgot about it, and then I was like, eh. Yeah, Neil Morse is super Christian, but I like the music.
Yeah.
This has come from a guy who listened to Spock's Beard this morning, by the way.
Yeah, but Spock's Beard wasn't really super Christian, or it was like super like low end, like he was like hiding it. But like when he did his
Not
solo
in
stuff,
snow.
he was not fucking hiding it.
He wasn't hiding it in snow either.
Yeah, he was hiding a little bit more. He was hiding it enough, and then like when Testimony came out, he was just like, "Here I am."
This
Yeah,
guy's such a this person. No,
It's
I know you guys
great.
don't listen-
It's
I
a
don't li-
great
I
album.
know you guys don't listen to prog or anything. Neil Morse is a really talented guy, and I like Spock's Beard to a certain extent. It's just some
What did you
degree,
say?
right?
Oh no, sorry, you broke up. What did you say?
He's a really talented guy.
Oh shit. Is it breaking up for anyone else? Say one more time.
And so Sean and I went to go see him. We went to go see him play a solo show at some fucking shit pit place in Lowell, and
Yeah, he
We-
played in
the-
Lowell, so that's how
the
you know
show
it
was not great. He did a bunch of shitty music instead of good
He was
music he did right before.
amazing.
Nope. And we go to meet the guy, and it was one of those deals. Like I go to meet him, and it was like okay. As I walked away, because that guy is a fucking lunatic, like completely out of his mind. Oh my god, it was uncomfortably psychotic.
Have you ever met like a really kind of talented musician who wasn't kind of fucking fucked up? And Keith, before you say anything, just because you're fucked up doesn't mean you're talented. Have you ever seen?
I was gonna say it's kind of the opposite for me. It's like not talented, but
I've met Zach Wild. Oh, he's fucked up. Never mind. I've met John Five. John Five's not fucked up. He's a nice guy.
What's a John 5?
He's a guitar player.
Johnny
Very good.
Live. It was
What?
like
Wow. Never mind.
Oh,
We both met Kerry King from Slayer. He was normal. You weren't, but he was normal.
I was normal.
You kind of fanboyed out, but yeah.
I absolutely did not. You are lying. Before Sean preempts all this nonsense.
Oh,
we're
I
at
wasn't
a
going to
show-
say anything more. I wasn't even tell the story.
We were at a show, and I think the fact that I said, "Hey, is that Kerry King?" and their story is that I was like, "Hey, is that Kerry King?"
No,
Like some weird creepy shit.
no. That
But
wasn't the story. The story was
it was in the middle of a show, so I screamed it in his face.
wasn't in the
And
middle
it
of the
was-
show. It was after
It
the
was-
show. We were outside, and you went.
Bullshit.
You went.
No bullshit. It was during Killswitch Engage's set, you asshole.
ooh, Killswitch Engage.
Yeah, it was during the set, and I said, I pointed at the soundboard and said, "Is that Kerry King?" And
Wait, are
my-
we talking about Cool Border soundtrack right now, or?
Wait, who was singing for Killswitch at that time? Was it Howard?
Howard Jones. It was the
Yeah,
first chorus.
and the funny thing was that's like when I hated Killswitch. It was the weirdest thing, and it was In Flames, Killswitch, Dark Tranquility, and Sentenced.
I
It
remember.
was a crazy show. Like yeah.
Yeah, we got the show, and everyone was just like, "Killswitch sucked." Everyone talked shit. At the end, I was like, "Killswitch is great." No, they sucked. I was the only person that was pro Killswitch, and by the end of summer, we all loved Killswitch together.
Oh,
That's
they're
fine.
so good. Oh, we
I
have a
love
question,
Killswitch.
guys.
Who?
Ever been
Oh.
to Percival?
Percival.
We're from
No,
Castle Island. No,
No.
I'm gonna Google them right now to see if I've
Yeah,
seen.
don't-
Well, I kind of look at their label.
I never heard of him. But it's
And
funny
see-
if there's a place called Percival across from Castle Island.
Yeah, they're in Norwood. Yeah, no, I don't recognize their label at all. Are they any good, Cameron?
To Matt's original question, as Cameron can respond, there is, I mean, like the artistry thing, sometimes it does seem like the more talented a person is, it can be more maybe removed from what I will call reality.
True story.
Get that.
I mean, honestly, like I think this is what you're kind of saying, but I'll just take it a step further. Is that like I think there's a lot of the virtuosos, whatever you want to call them, in music and sport and stuff like that, are kind of on an autistic spectrum. I always like to go back to you could talk about like 19 billion different people and how they do things, but my Rodney Mullen is my like go-to, like when it comes to virtuoso people who I believe are kind of a little bit different. He's a skateboarder. I was in a big skateboarder, but you go type in Rodney Mullen skateboard, watch what he does on a fucking skateboard, and then watch his old stuff when he was a kid, and then watch his new stuff when he's an adult, and then watch his TED Talk. And then you just be like, this dude's not there, but he's not there in the most beautiful way possible. You know what I mean? And he does the things that you're just like, holy fuck, what's going on? And that's the thing. Like I have a friend of mine. His name's Carl. I don't think he's there, but he's so talented. He's like that. You remember that kid? You know, when you're growing up, you're in a band, you played music, whatever you did. And everybody in your group tried really hard to do things, and you would just hand the thing to the one kid, and he would just do it, and he'd be like, "Yeah, that's fun," and he'd just be better than everybody, but wouldn't even care about it. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like that has to be something. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, I know 9 of those guys.
Well, one of the things, talking about Neil Morris, by the way, Sean, I updated my name. When you talk to Neil Morris, he definitely seems like he's on the spectrum. I mean, if you see interviews with him, that guy's clearly like reality is about a few feet away. It's almost within his grasp, but not quite.
Jesus.
No, I sound like I'm shitting on the guy. I do like.
Well, he
I
is
did
born
like some of
again,
his
so
music.
I guess probably makes sense.
Yeah, but he was fucked up before then. I mean, even at his best, interviews with him are a little confusing. You know, it's like Sheldon Cooper with a piano. You know.
Actually, can I say something? Can I?
Sure.
Yes, this is the pilot episode.
This
for,
is the this is
Mike K&M. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out. Today, Fred Durst, it's his birthday. He turns the big 5-0.
Freddie
Yeah,
Wow. He survived.
Freddie
huh?
Backman's
Wow.
hat.
did it all for the nookie.
yeah.
Just one of those days.
I thought Keith was gonna be like, I just want to give a shout out to my uncle Neil Morris, and then it was all gonna come full circle. And I've been like, can I meet him?
Too funny.
Wow. So confusing.
But Fred Durst, interesting. Okay, I haven't.
All
Hey,
right, so we're
he's-
approaching the
he's
2-hour
50.
mark, and we have one person watching at this point, and it's probably one of us who has it on YouTube. So,
Cameron gave up. He's like, you guys try to answer my question. It's
Yeah.
all over the place.
you guys
I don't know. You got your Fred Durst and Neil Morris. Like,
bass guitar. I don't know what that was all about.
Mr. Queef, if you're nasty.
this is
Any
Kyle's
last
film.
thoughts,
Not
gentlemen?
my channel.
Oh yeah, who's airing this? Yeah.
It's all you, buddy.
I was wondering why he keeps losing subscribers. It's because of fucking us.
Well, I mean, we did review a Black is Beautiful beer, so I probably will lose some subscribers.
Oh yeah.
See you later, losers. Not
Is
you
that
guys.
it?
People unsubscribe.
Did you go on? Did you unclick live or?
No, we're still going.
Oh, okay.
I just
It
wanted
sounded,
to
like
get-
you were, it sounded like you were putting a moratorium on this fucking chat.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it sounded like, right? Am I correct?
I'm trying to end it, but there's still people talking, so I'm gonna just kind of look at the news and see.
Just
A
keep
real,
it going.
a real quick comment. I discussed at work with someone about that whole the Black is Beautiful thing and people losing subscribers, and it was a really uncomfortable conversation about like sort of like what people say in private and what they don't in public, and it is a weird thing it is a weird thing to say, like not even so much if you disagree. Like there are people that will just say, well, you know, I don't think this is quite right, but to be openly like antagonistic to it is weird. Like to be just like, no, fuck this. Like I couldn't imagine like even the people who I used to watch their videos, I don't anymore, going to the page and like, fuck this, I'm unsubscribing. They want fairness. This is bullshit. It's just a weird tactic to take.
It's weird.
You know?
For me, who's someone who like I have to look up a word if I'm gonna use it, and I need to make sure that I use it correctly. Like it baffles me that people like hear something and they immediately like if they immediately like hate it or whatever without even like understanding what it's about. And that's the thing that I've been running into, like people who don't understand it, but also refuse to like just like take 5 seconds and Google it. Like, oh, something I was gonna I meant to bring this up earlier, but I didn't know this, but the Black is Beautiful movement started in the 1960s. I don't know if you knew that. I don't know if any of you knew that. I thought Kyle might know that.
No, I knew that.
Yeah. But I was looking something up the other day and it popped up and I was reading about whatever. And yeah. So
You know, it spawned out of like the black body is unattractive. They're like, no, like we're attractive, and you know, black is beautiful, and that's it's the and you're saying with the Black Lives Matter, it's like, well, we're saying this because you have treated us like we aren't beautiful. You have treated us like we don't matter. And now we're saying
Exactly.
we do. And then you're choosing to either hear it the wrong way or pretend you're hearing it the wrong way because X, Y, and Z. Yeah.
I also think that I do think that there are people that don't understand it in a fundamental way, and I don't think that there's always hate involved with it. I think that there's just they're getting the information from people who are hateful, and they're taking it at face value. I don't think that everyone's coming from a hateful place. I think people sometimes come from a place of ignorance. So I try not to take offense to a lot of it, but when people are openly antagonistic to certain things, and when after, like, you know, within 45 seconds of the conversation, you realize, like, wow, this guy is a fucking racist. Like, it just oppresses you a little bit, you know.
Even though they're not going to watch this, I'll speak in some generalities, but I think it'll be kind of obvious. I will be seeing some family members soon, and they are definitely the people who are being fed information that's going to be one-sided, but like their hearts are more open than the one side that they're maybe listening to, and it's very odd. The kind of people who maybe voted for Obama because they realized this has been a long time. We've never had a non-white man as president. Maybe we should give this a try. Who are also, you know, Tucker Carlson fans, whose head writer was, you know, let go for some reasons that were, you know, white supremacist in nature. You know, so yeah, I mean, it's a weird...
I know people in the military, because I was in the military when Obama was president for a good portion of it. It was when you brought up there was a black president, it's like, well, he's half white, so he's not really full black, so it doesn't really count. I was like, you're fucked. You're fucked. Just walk away.
The recent the recent local brewery that I got the Black is Beautiful beers from, them sending you guys, you know, like an idiot, I started commenting on social media posts on Instagram, and, you know, like one guy, he's just saying stupid stuff, and, you know, it's, well, these guys, these Black Lives Matter riots and looters, you know, they're not protests, it's all rioting and looting, and I'm like, well, there's been almost 5,000 of these protests. They're not all violent, rioting, looting. It's like, yeah, but look at what's happening in Portland. Okay, that's one out of almost 5,000. Like, just reality. Can we please operate in reality? Like, you can not like what's happening in Portland. That's fine, but you can't act like that is what this is holistically. Like, that has not happened 5,000 times. It's so,
it does depress when people put outliers instead of looking at the bigger picture, you know?
Yeah, they're gonna look at that small bubble or whatever their news source is and whatever's getting them fed.
Did you want to end this stream soon? Because I can whatever. Because like with the Portland stuff and with other protests, like, it's been pretty well documented that the police and the nameless federal agents were escalating that stuff.
There was local,
even if they weren't. But even if they weren't, the fact is that all these things are outliers, even in the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? To look at outliers and try to explain that that's the actual story doesn't.
Oh yeah.
It's unfair. Even if it was completely organic, to use outliers to say that this is a story is inauthentic, and it's and deliberately fucking wrong.
Well, what I would say was that the thing I posted earlier in the week was, you know, the one person that was commenting about, like, you know, I like to keep beer out of my politics out of my beer and all that kind of stuff, is that a lot of people confuse, you know what I mean, basic human rights for politics. There's nothing political about Black Lives Matter. It's a human rights issue. But the thing is, when you say Black Lives Matter, there's a certain sect of people that immediately see red, and that red is genuinely red, and they just kind of view it through that spectrum. Do you know what I mean? And it is what it is, and it's hard to get people to disconnect from that kind of mindset. You know, when you argue with people about those things, it's not a matter of human decency and human life. It's a matter of a whole political spectrum they believe needs to be dealt with. And that's the kind of funny part about it, is that it's opposite of what they say. They say, I want to keep my politics out of beer, and you're not actually bringing politics in a beer, but they're bringing it in beer. And it shouldn't be that way. And it is what it is. You're going to have those people, and you try to fight the good fight and do what you can do. It's sad and poopy, but it's just a bummer.
I've been thinking about that a lot, and I've been contemplating on if someone views that, because it does stem from exactly what we were talking about, that person who commented, I want to keep my politics out of beer. Isn't that person acknowledging that in many ways it's been a political issue, in that there have been laws, regulations, executive orders, etc., that have politicized who gets access to what in our country, who does not.
Oh, of course, that's the thing.
And I'm not trying to negate what you said, but I do think, these people aren't realizing when they say, I want to keep my politics out of beer, and I'm just talking about black people are beautiful. That's as simple at the most bare minimum, black is beautiful. If you want to talk about where the money is going, then you want to get into Black Lives Matter, NAACP, whatever, defunding the police, whatever. But you as a critic are acknowledging, not you, Matt, but the person who criticized, commented, and other people of a similar mindset, you're acknowledging through your criticism of what we're talking about that it is actually political, and that people have been oppressed politically because you're using the word politics. That's
the point. You actually said you were undermining what I was saying. You're actually propping up what I was saying.
Yeah. I want to make sure it wasn't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, because I have a family thing coming up. I'm dreading it. I don't want politics brought up. I want it to be able to just enjoy my family. So I understand trying to keep politics out of beer, or politics out of family, or politics out. I get that. It's comfortable, it's fine, it's nice. I shouldn't say fine, but it's the norm, and it's easier. But sometimes we have to, say our piece, and it is what it is.
I think it's weird that to say that people should be safe is a political thing. It seems weird to me. I don't get it. I don't get that. That if you want, that you don't think that that health care should be a right and not a financial thing. That's political.
Right.
I don't think people should die because they can't afford insulin. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think that a person who may or may not have a fucking fake $20 bill should be shot to death. It doesn't seem like all these things don't seem like they're political. It just seems like it's basic human compassion,
Yeah, well, that's
maybe I'm weird.
No, the thing is that
gross. It's fucking
there used to be a baseline, and this is actually an argument that a lot of the people on the far right make, but you'd actually use it on the more appropriate mindset level. Is that there used to be kind of a core ethos or compass to ideology, which is be a good person, don't fuck around, and just help your fellow man, which is awesome. That's legitimately a great way to view things. The problem is, which is across the board, is that all those people, right or left, still view those things as the core ideals, but they view their oppression as helping. They view their attacking as the positive. They view their suppression as the thing that needs to be done. You know what I mean? So, it used to be just be a good person. Well, if I'm a good person, that means me keeping Democrats out of office. So I got to make sure I'm a good person because I have to keep those people out. So it's that twisted kind of mindset of you have to be a good person. Well, good person, if the Democrats are in office, then that's bad. So I have to be a good person and make sure they don't get there. Or Republican or Green or left or whatever party you choose to appeal to. You know what I mean? So it's those core values as a human, which was originally kind of set out by Christians, because they're like, okay, everybody's raping and murdering everybody. What do we do? Just don't be nice to everybody. Don't kill people. Just be good. It was kind of the core values, which still stand true, but people just appropriated those values for their side and be like, well, yeah, be like, I need to be a real American. A real American says, fuck those people over there. Real America means fuck yeah, my people over here. Well, no, but that's
I think ultimately, if you can boil down where you're coming from, and it's coming from a place of hate, you should probably fucking reevaluate where you're coming from.
But the people that's my point. The people that are doing that don't think they're hating.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You gave them a fucking lie detector test and said, "Are you hating on these people over here?" And they took the lie detector test. They would pass with flying colors because they don't absolutely 1,000% think they're hating.
Yeah, it's basically
it has a common sense test though.
It's basically trying to explain like white privilege to a white person who has struggled their entire life. Like I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there who is talented or well spoken enough to like explain it in a way that they might get it. But like, if you're a white person and you've struggled your entire life, you're not going to understand if you hear the term white privilege. You're not going to understand it.
It is a weird thing. I have a direct thing for this. It is interesting to me. It's not everyone who feels that way, Keith, but there is a decent percentage where if you talk about how like it's harder to be a person of color in our country, people be like, oh, for sure. But then if you flip it and say it the other way, because of white privilege, then like it goes up all of a sudden. People are like, well, no. It's like, wait, but you're acknowledging it's harder to be a person of color. Isn't another way of saying that white people have it easier, have privilege, and it's like, well, yeah, but that's putting the ownership on me, or the change needs to come from me. It's a lot easier. And again, I've done this a lot in my job, where it's like, well, yeah, like, don't you think, it sucks to be, at times at least, a person of color, and then even easier being a woman in this country. Like, you take the race out of it, because a lot of times people are more comfortable and take race out of it. It's like, don't you think, you look how much women get paid, or there's not a lot of women in, Congress. There's never been a female president. Most of the CEOs are men. Like, yeah, it's tough to be a woman, isn't it? Yeah. So it is a little easier to be a guy. Well, I've had hardship. It's like, well, yeah, wait, you just said it was harder to be a woman. Why won't you then acknowledge it's easier to be a guy? Like, and then take it the next step. You acknowledge it's hard to be a person of color. Why won't you acknowledge it's easier to be white? Like, it's an odd thing. It's
the systemic aspect of it that they don't understand. It's like, oh, everybody works hard to get where they are, or to where they're trying to get to.
Kardashians and Paris Hilton, but yeah.
But they don't understand that, like, in the systemic aspect of it, they're going to pick the man over the woman.
Yes. They're
going to pick the white person over the black person, or a person of color, or whatever. That is the, and there was a thing about Tucker Carlson recently, or was it Ben Shapiro? I don't remember.
Carlson it might have been a bunch of stuff lately.
It might have been Ben Shapiro saying like, there's no law. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, and I would side note, I would, if you haven't already, look up Ben Shapiro and WAP, WAP. You're in for a good time. What was I saying? Oh,
if it was,
they were. I think it was Ben Shapiro. And he was saying there are no laws that are racist. There are no laws that are specifically racist. But that doesn't address the what's the word?
The human factor.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
just
like
like the,
math isn't racist, but you know what I mean. Like the person teaching math, you know what I mean, chooses and picks who they teach math to, and what they do with the knowledge and calculation of math, and tells we
had a comment, and it sucked because we saw the comment after the live stream where someone talked about that, how they're like they're a math teacher or something, and that's not racist. Here's how math is racist, and I do this when I teach global studies. Every year when the Super Bowl, this is when I do it. When they do the Super Bowl, what kind of numbers do they use to tell you what Super Bowl number it is?
Roman numerals.
Roman numerals. Everyone knows the name of Roman numerals. Okay.
Huh.
When you look at your clock, what kind of numerals are those?
Arabic.
Thank you. So I've done that in every class I've taught over 1,000 students at this point. I've had 0 students know those are called Arabic numerals.
Yeah.
There's racism in math right there. The numbers you use once a year at the Super Bowl, kids know are called Roman numerals. The numbers you use every day, all day, over 1,000 students, I've never had one who knew those were Arabic numerals.
And that was my point: is that math in its core is not racist. It's how it's taught and the way it's presented.
Yeah,
is, you know what I mean? So that's what you're talking about, Keith.
Yeah, systemic. It's the way it's yeah, because people are taught, black people are lazy. So when you come up with a white person versus a black person, you're going to be like, oh, the white person is going to work harder because black person is lazy. But that's not the but that's what you're taught. That has no it has no actual substance to the situation between this individual and that individual.
So like a good example of what you're talking about, Keith, is like it actually happened at my job, and I was directly involved because I'm a supervisor where I work, and there was like the longest tenured employee at the place that I work made some pretty heinous social media posts that warranted him being let go. And when he got let go, like his kind of associate in his, I'm trying to be as vague as possible, the person he worked with closely in his department, he was white, and the person he worked with was a black man. And then they had a discussion about these issues. It was stemming from Black Lives Matter, not from his coworker, but from what he did. Like his coworker actually didn't complain. He didn't say anything about what this person did. And I was there for the conversation, and he had the appropriate conversation. I'm sure we have all heard it before. And that the person who got let go just didn't really understand the what you would call, like what anybody would call like white privilege, which was essentially his black coworker said, like, you told me a story last week about how like when you were a kid you're fucking like a Dennis the Menace like kid. You were like go around and light off firecrackers and do all this stuff, and you told me a story about how like you got caught like writing like knocking down like a street sign or something like that, and the cop caught you and kind of smacked you in your ass and kicked you into your dad's house. He's like, that happened to me, but I went to jail and I had cuffs put on me and like I got put through the system. Like when you're like, haha, I was a mischievous kid, you ended up being like, your daddy will take care of you in the morning. Whereas with me, when I was a mischievous kid, I was put into the system. You know what I mean? Because that's the difference. You know what I mean? And like the guy who got let go just didn't even, he still couldn't compute. He's like, what are you talking about? We had to say about, he's like, dude, you just got yelled at and you went home and I went to jail. You know what I mean? For the same thing. You know what I mean? Like we did the same thing. And he's like, I got lucky. I was like, no, dude. He's like, you didn't get lucky. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. And that's the difference.
And it's the thing I think about is I've been in multiple situations with the police where people of color have been shot to death for less. So, like, I try to remind myself of that every day. Well, I don't try to remind myself. Like, I obviously know that. So, like, but I think about it all the time.
The last time I got pulled over, I talked shit to the cop for real. Like, I was fucking rude as shit. And after we pulled away, my wife was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, "Fuck that guy." And it's just, I thought about it later, like, Jesus, like I don't remember what it was, but he was just like, have you been drinking? I was like, of course not. What the fuck? Like, I was like, for real, just like, not that that's like entirely like rude, but usually no sir or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? You pulled me. I was rude and I fuck that guy. He's still a piece of shit. But what are you gonna do? Like, other people might have been in a little more worse aware than I was, so to speak. Because I got a ticket, and not only did I get a ticket, but he said, "Well, I know you're going this speed, but I put it at a lower speed, so you have a lower ticket." I was like, "All right, fuck you." I still kind of a dick about it. I didn't care because I was so pissed off. But like, some people would get pissed off and they would say something, and all of a sudden they're fucking face down on a highway. You know what I mean? It's kind of shitty.
Yeah. And even as a white person, you get like, maybe obviously not shot to death, or I mean, I guess sometimes depending on who you're dealing with, but like I've been dicked over by the cops, like more than I was expecting, more than I was told I was going to be, like whatever. But it's like I was never in fear of like my life.
Now, as being Caucasian, have you guys ever dealt with like actual racism before?
Yes.
Yes, some old white Trump supporters thought I was I only spoke Spanish. That is racist.
My ex-wife was Vietnamese, so I used to deal with that stuff all the time. It's more often than not when I was arm's length away. Like if we were together, or rarely dealt with it. But if like we were like walking through an area and we weren't right next to each other, and then she was kind of separated away from me, not far, but far enough to where people didn't know we were together. Like I definitely saw some pretty fucked up shit. I might have did some dumb stuff in retaliation, but yeah. Anyway,
just for the record, my comment was a joke. But it was it was a serious situation. Like I was like, what the fuck?
If you spend any significant amount of time in Hawaii as a white person, you'll get some fucking weird fucking racism coming your way, and it's a little uncomfortable to think like what the fuck, because you go through the whole life and things are pretty good, you think things are all right, and then you go to some place and it gets to like where you're surrounded by a couple of guys that are way fucking bigger than you, and they're telling you some shit that's a little uncomfortable, and I'm not gonna get into a whole lot, but I've seen some shit that's fucking bizarre for a Caucasian person, I suppose.
Does Matt have a box to open? Is Matt opening a box?
I do have a box to open. You guys want me to do a
not to
unboxing right now?
Are we done? Wait, are we done with this conversation? Are we okay with the
only reason why I would do a live unboxing right now is because the Jerome in the comments is the Jerome who sent me this box.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
That makes perfect sense then.
Yeah. Open it.
Let's do an unboxing. Oh, look at that. Pull tabs on the top. It's like magic.
That's convenient.
Got that shit down. Let's see what we got. So Kyle, you're gonna have to send this to me so I can post this on my channel. Just the like the whole video or snippet of this stuff. So so I can post the unboxing on my channel.
How do I do? Okay, you have to tell me how to do that.
Good job, Kyle.
The confused look on Kyle's face is
I don't know how to do that.
I love it right now. Kyle's like,
Let's put it this way. I'll take care of it, Kyle. You don't have to do it. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Anyway, first off, we have a little note ski. We have Hey Matt with a missing T because Jerome wants to troll me. It says hope all's well. Sent you a few mystery beers for shits and giggles. No rhyme or reason to these. They are just 4 beers I drank, so I sent you one of each. Hope you enjoy. So that's all it is. 4 mystery beers. It sounds like. Ooh, they're nice and packed. Look at this. He's got this little sack of beers.
oh, hold on. I have something to like say after Matt's done opening this stuff. If I forget, can you remind me?
They're just all mystery beers. So there you go.
Yeah. Don't know what they are. They're just
like
mystery.
cooling padding and stuff. I love that.
Damn.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gabe.
So, my friend my buddy that sent me the crane Black is Beautiful from Missouri.
Good. Sorry, dude.
Hey, actually, guys, I gotta let you go. I need to be up for work in 4 hours, so I will see you guys.
Bye, Mike. Good seeing you, brother.
Buddy.
Nice seeing you guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
He didn't pack the box at all.
So you just like toss the beers in there?
No. He made like a brace. So like I don't remember exactly what it was. I wish I had taken a picture of it. But he like deconstructed like a 6-pack holder and he just sat the 6-pack in there. So they were just like open, but they were like in the brace.
So it sounds like how Jeremiah from Hot Butcher started sending beers in the beginning.
So like, yeah. And then he just like put some stuff in the top and it was like, and that's how he sent it. And I was
but it all came, right? It was all good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like engineering. It was like
so much. So.
One of my favorite beer mails I ever got was it was shortly after I started doing beer reviews, probably like 15, 16, somewhere right around there. Jackie O's from sent me beer from fucking Ohio. They literally took the classic thin if it ships it fits box and threw 3 of their beers in it and then sealed it like nothing else. Then it's threw 3 bottles, not cans, 3 bottles in it and just like off you go. You know what I mean? Like they clanking around in there. But there's like
did it all arrive?
Oh yeah, right.
All 3 of them? Oh, I wasn't expecting like at least.
Well, because they're
2 of them
like
busted.
Jackie O's stouts are like the who uses
the
them?
375 mils, like this, like the
super thick. Yeah,
yeah,
like Trogs uses them, like
yeah.
Lost Abbey uses them. So it's probably gonna make it. You know what I mean? But I was just like, I got it, and I was like, yeah. I think I did an unboxing, and I just went like clunk, 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 and they fill out like no padding or whatever. I was like, yeah, they're here, fucking delicious. I figured out my camera problem, by the way. I won't fix it tonight, but I'll fix it.
I was gonna say, you sure? Because
Because you are a beautiful rainbow of colors right now.
No, because I figured it happens every 15 minutes. There has to be like some kind of like sleep function.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
It's exactly every 15 minutes. So it has to be
is that the little beep that I keep hearing? Is that what that is?
Oh, now it just happened again. So.
That's not every 15 minutes.
Yeah, but the beep happened. The little beep happened, and then
the beep happens when it turns on and turns off. So.
Oh.
Bye, Matt.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Oh no, you didn't leave.
Yeah, you're good now.
I think that was the beep coming on. We'll see what's what.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
You know what? Anyway, I'm gonna leave now, guys. Because
yeah, this is a good time to call it, huh?
Thanks everyone for watching. Everyone who participated. Like, comment, subscribe to everyone's channels.
Don't forget,
Goodbye,
Kyle.
goodbye,
Most
goodbye.
importantly, imbibe.